T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So it begins.
Baby, I don't give a fuck who's on this show, bro. Kylo all day. I don't give a fuck, bro. Kylo is all day, man.
I like her. I don't want you smirking at shit because you didn't see anything to begin with. So shut your ass up.
It's like, yo, you constantly do that shit.
At least we actually watched the fucking episode.
I don't give a fuck.
Eso fue lo que sentí. Todavía siento odio por Hayward. Espero que en el último episodio de la nada llegue alguien y lo apuñale. Eso no. Como que.
¿Cómo se dice? Puñeta. Bad taste en película. I admit it. Yo digo que I love watching bad movies on a Sunday.
Oh, I love it.
Está cabrón. That's a way to pick up hobbies.
All right, everybody, it's Sunday Funday. You're hanging out with the After School Club again, the best geek podcast in the multiverse. I'm your host, Lex. How's everybody doing?
Hey.
Good.
Great.
Everybody got their mics unmuted today? We're good?
Yeah, good.
Yes,
Fuck it up. Yeah, anyway, super good.
So, since I've seen you guys last Wednesday, what has anybody done? Has anybody seen anything? Has anybody gone anywhere? What's going on with you guys?
I actually did. I finished a new anime that I was watching. It's called Skate the Infinity. It's about skateboarding, but it's super funny. Like, it's fucking hilarious. And I do recommend everybody to watch it if you like skateboarding or just want to watch something like super lighthearted and fun. It got like exagero bien brutal, pero it's super good, de verdad.
Is it like a sports anime or is it more like a slice of life? Or?
I would say, due to your question, it could be a little bit of both. Porque it also tells like again, it's a very lighthearted story. Como que hay un muchacho que se muda de Canadá a Okinawa. It's not fucking Tokyo for once. So it's Okinawa. And he meets this other guy that is into he's super into skateboarding. He also works part-time in a skate shop. So hay cosas que pues tienen como que su subplot, pero como que no desarrollan mucho. Lo que se desarrolla es que he used to be a snowboarder for like 15 years. He's been snowboarding since he was 2. But then he got into skateboarding y tienen esta competencia que es bien underground, así como si fuese, I would say I could compare to Initial D, okay. por el simple hecho de que la pista donde ellos corren, que hacen downhill, que eso sí es un deporte derivado del skateboarding, se parece un montón a la montaña donde hay que hacer drift y toda esta pendejada como Initial D. So, yeah, yo diría que tiene su slice of life, pero también es un sport anime porque tiene distintos elementos que, por ejemplo, hay un personaje que he's trying to make the national team. So, it is about sports, pero también tiene como que ese underground vibe that skateboarding does. So, es super fun, son 2 episodios, super funny, like, no lo cojan bien en serio, pero it's super fun, de verdad. Y lo terminé anoche y it was amazing para mí.
That's fun. Has anybody ever seen Initial D?
I have not. I played the game.
Yo tenía una tarjeta.
Yeah,
that's why the only thing that I know about Initial D is like that arcade game. Like I used to go to like Time Out and Rio and shit, and they used to have that.
I've seen episodes of the anime and I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right. It's like Tokyo Drift ripped that movie off so fucking bad.
Oh yeah.
Tokyo Drift.
It's like Deja Vu all over.
They literally took like direct elements from that movie and just put it in another movie.
No, legit. Like, por eso yo siempre he dicho que de todas las Fast and Furious movies, Tokyo Drift es la más que me gusta. Y es por ese elemento de que pues hablan de la cultura pues del drift en Japón, no tanto como yo quisiera, y tampoco se enfoca tanto en eso. Pero it is a decent movie para lo que son las películas de Fast and Furious, pero ya.
Do you remember the Green Hornet movie? I think we saw, Nick.
Oh, fuck.
The
The
Green
Seth
Hornet,
Rogen one?
the Seth Rogen one, the Asian guy that was in it.
Yeah, I remember.
I think he's the lead in the Initial D movie, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I don't think so, but I can. No, that's
you
not
should
him.
never do those blatant
What?
pseudo,
References? What? Because you're gonna tell me
racist comments.
that's not racist. I believe it was the same character. We can Google it.
We can Google it.
I'm not saying they are. I'm not.
wrong.
I love it. I love it how you took it that way though, because you're only showing shades of your racism.
I'm not gonna deny mine. I'm never gonna deny mine.
Orengo, don't start with the Jewish stuff.
It's not Jewish anymore. I shifted.
Don't
I
even.
shifted. All Asians are.
Bro, yo estaba viendo Squid Game, eso es lo único que pude ver. Y
Pero
cada vez
sigamos por ahí, ya.
Exacto, sure.
cuando quitaban la máscara, yo dije, oh my god, it's the brother. Y me decían, that's not the brother. Yo, look at the fucking picture. Cuando enseñaban la foto, decían, wait, that's the brother. I'm like, see, you're the racist one, porque yo te hice dudar de ti.
But Nick, you're the racist one for thinking that the other person was the racist one, and then the cycle continues.
Pero
Anyway, el punto es que no es él. El punto es que no es él. Ya lo busqué y no es él. Pues
Jay Chow, no?
It's not his brother.
No, Brian T.
No,
Brian T. is the guy that does the bad guy in Tokyo Drift.
Okay.
No, I said Initial D.
Ah,
Initial
okay.
D. The lead in Initial D is Jay Chow, and he's in the Green Hornet.
Ah, pues sí.
See?
Okay, no, I didn't know
Racism
that.
there.
We're getting convoluted.
Thank you.
Okay?
Get it.
Yeah.
High five.
Message got
No, wait.
fucked up in the way. It's like a narrative telephone, is it? Where you tell somebody something, then they tell you another thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, convoluted. Anyway,
Beautiful.
¿qué más han visto? ¿Qué más han visto?
Well, I saw the Halloween movies again because I did see the original one, the año, but I never saw the 2018 one. So in preparation, ya que el próximo podcast,
yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah. So the new one, the 2018.
Yes.
Okay, so before that, I watched the original one back in the day. Well, not back in the day, but like a few years back, and I saw the Rob Zombie ones. I know the Rob Zombie ones get a lot of shit.
I like them.
I like them.
Fuck with them hard. Like I really
do
like
like
those
them.
movies.
I know that the second one is a little abstract and kind of artsy in a bad way, but I appreciate the idea of like Michael Myers dreaming of freaking unicorns for some reason. Like that's something kind of interesting, even if it doesn't make any sense.
Supposedly, it's the personification in psychological books of complete insanity. Is dreaming of white horses. I think that's the vibe that we're going for.
No, I appreciate that Rob Zombie kind of like delved deeper into that. When in the original, when you think about it, it all kind of boils down to he's pure evil. That's kind of like the gist of it.
Yeah.
The new one, I liked it. The 2018 one, I like the idea of generational trauma that's in the film. Like this notion that Laurie got traumatized by Michael, but then she in turn traumatized her daughter because of her own insecurities and fear. So it's how, even with the best of intentions, you can screw over someone and screw over them mentally. Beyond that, there's cool shots, cool editing. There's that oneer where he's kind of like walking around while everyone's trick-or-treating and like he murders 2 or 3 people in one shot. That was pretty cool. The only bad thing is there's a lot of visual referencing to the original one. It was kind of grating.
Yeah, the first one particularly.
2018 one, it was a little grating. Like there was one shot where someone was cleaning a knife and they just put it there and it's like a super close. And I'm like, I get it. And then the twist is that the guy picks it up. It wasn't Michael, so I guess it was subverting my expectations to some degree. But it was,
which is kind of funny, right? Because in the one by Rob Zombie, the first one he did all these different things in the beginning of the movie to establish like a different origin to the character, and then the rest of the movie is like visual homages to the fucking original movie. Like,
I have a question. For you. Do you think that the Halloween series, like the whole franchise, is more enjoyable apart from now? So, porque he visto que mucha gente they're enjoying the old movies, and because of new ones, a little bit more than other franchises like Freddy, Jason, Jason, and all these famous,
slashers.
Slasher movies. Do you think they're like people are enjoying it more?
You mean Halloween or just slasher genre in general?
No, Halloween, like as a franchise.
Okay, so I don't think I've seen past the second one of the OG ones, and I've seen the Rob Zombie ones, and I've seen this new 2018 one. I think that what's worked with Halloween that hasn't worked with the other ones is the other ones they pushed it way too far. Like, granted, New Nightmare, I do like it, and it was a precursor to Scream, but generally the ones in the middle of the Nightmare on Elm Street, they're kind of bad too. And then we get to Jason, where they did 10 of them, and even though I love the 10th one, they're all freaking horrible. You know, like they were good up to maybe 3 or 4, and I don't even remember where they stopped being really good. Like they really estrecharon el chicle mucho. Wow. The cool thing about Halloween, every time they reinvented a little bit, like when H2O came out, and I understand a lot of people like H2O, and generally movies like those, every time they kind of reinvent the wheel with Michael, people generally like it. When Rob Zombie approached it, it made a shit ton of money, and people did like it. And this new one, I know it made a lot of money as well. So there is something maybe of the character that people can still find something to say with the character that they haven't been able to crack with Jason. Because when you get to like Friday the 13th, they did that reboot, but it wasn't that good. Because I remember watching in theaters, it wasn't that great. And the Nightmare Before on Elm Street, when they did the reboot, they picked a great actor to do it. The problem was the story wasn't as compelling. So it also kind of failed. Where the
Which
other
one? Which one do you feel like that? The Rob Zombie one or that one now?
No, the Friday the 13th.
The
Freddy Krueger. No, the Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. Okay, my bad.
They used Joel Mackey, Rorschach. They used Rorschach.
Yeah, Rorschach.
Yeah.
Great actor for the role. Great, but you know that they went through a different route and it wasn't that appealing to a lot of people. Whereas every Halloween reinvention has at least had one sequel because of it being so popular, that first iteration. The Rob Zombie one got a sequel. This one has a trilogy. That's why I'm seeing the second one right now and stuff. And the H2O one also had like a sequel to it. So there's this notion that where Michael Myers is concerned. Yeah, I know. But where Michael Myers is concerned, there's something to the character that even when it's reinventions, reboots, reimagining, people generally like it. So there's something there. You're right. People generally seem to like Halloween more than when they try to reinvent Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street.
Sí, porque he visto que mucha gente se ha tirado como que la clásica, porque yo sé que, o sea, por lo menos creciendo en Puerto Rico, tú escuchas más el nombre, no, que si te vas a poner como Michael Myers o te vas a vestir como Michael Myers en Halloween, y como que tiene un... Es que yo pienso que es que, o sea, yo acá, como hemos visto a Jason y a Freddy Krueger revivir tantas veces, que we see them as they have this kind of superpower to come back all the time, que es como que nadie se relaciona con él, pero when it comes to Michael Myers, it's a little bit more relatable.
He's a guy. He's the closest version of a dude, just a dude.
Exacto. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Sí. Exacto.
I feel like those other movies, like for me, it's not that it's like I don't think at the age that we're at we're scared of these movies, but I think it's just more a terrifying notion that he's like a really strong dude. You know, he's a really strong and determined dude. There's no superpowers. Like, there could be people like that in this planet right now. Yeah. Like he's just a guy in the same mask. Like it's been the same exact outfit, the same suit. Like he's just a big, strong dude that's very determined. He has a fucking kitchen knife. He doesn't have no super weapons, and it's a kitchen knife that all of us have in our houses. It's just for me, it's just a more of a universal fear when it's just a human being, like being the killer.
Sí, porque un machete, un poquito overkill, y having knives. Like very like sharp claws, very sharp claws, como que no sé, como que no es que no le haga justicia, porque es como que una parte icónica de cada uno de ellos, pero having the kitchen knife, algo tan sencillo que como tú dices que everybody has one, so like
I think it's the simplicity. I think it's the simplicity that makes it so popular.
Exacto.
How do you feel about the movie though? How do you feel about the remake? Not the obviously you haven't seen the sequel, but the one that came before, the one that's coming out now.
Who you asking?
Orengo. I saw it.
Sorry, what? I didn't hear you.
The movie you saw, the Michael Myers movie you saw, the one that's the reboot. How do you feel about it?
Well, he's still the
Not
same Michael
Rob's.
Myers.
Not Rob's. The one. Yeah, but it's like a pseudo. It's like if the sequel to the original never had happened. This is, you know, what I'm saying
It jumps from the original to this
from
one.
the original to this one. Exactly. How did you feel about it?
I can buy him. I can definitely buy him. There's this weird sense, and I think Rob Zombie did it, and I think actually the Friday 13 reboot did it, where there's this obsession, there's this element of mystique to the mask that happened. I believe it did happen in the Friday 13 reboot, because I think when Jason was walking around, I think he went to a tool shed and he found the hockey mask. There was this moment of him looking at the mask and then putting it on, and he felt like alive or some shit, because I think I remember that shot happening in that Friday 13 reboot. And in this one, when Michael like killed these podcasters and he got to the trunk of the car and he picked up the mask, there was this sense of like, oh, he's putting on the iconic thing back on. It's like, oh, it's like Luke holding the lightsaber again, or Rey holding the Anakin lightsaber, where it's been elevated into iconography status to where there's a sense of mysticism about a fucking mask. Yeah. And even the movie kind of addressed it that way. Like the podcaster took off the mask and told him, "You feel the mask, don't you? It gives you like the sense of purpose." And I'm like, when you think about it, John Carpenter in the original one wasn't probably thinking of any of that. To the point that we all know in the backstory, it was just a William Shatner mask painted white. You know, that's how insignificant it was to the grand scheme of the movie. It was so low budget that's the only thing they could afford to kind of do that looked creepy enough, and it worked.
Yeah.
But this idea with all these reboots, and it happens more beyond like Halloween. We talk about Star Wars. We talk about these franchises. Mm-hmm. Hell, we talk about the new Ghostbusters one, where there's the sense of como que un elemento místico a cuando you bring up these artifacts from the lore back onto the forefront, y se le da como una cierta reverencia, which I understand why that comes from, because you want to appease the fans, pero from maybe like a sense of plot, maybe. I don't feel like the Michael that I saw in the original would be like just basically orgasming while putting on the mask all over again. It just felt a little off.
You don't get that sense from the original movie.
I don't get that sense. He just put the mask on because it's like the first thing he fucking found. Pero because that's literally how it went in the movie. Pero
una cosa, Michael Myers, like when he's shown as a kid, él tiene un paperback on.
Yes.
So,
no, he had the original one, él tenía una máscara de payaso.
Okay, so I know where you're going from. O sea, where you're going. I know where you're coming from as well, pero
sí, yo entiendo la idea de esconder su cara porque no se siente cómodo in his own skin. I get that.
Exacto.
Like a top of Batman vibe, like a twisted Batman.
Yeah.
I can sense that, pero es que como ya he visto este trope repetido en reboots, donde pues, tú entiendes, you know, the whole Star Wars thing, como que cuando ven a Han Solo, es como que, oh my God, I'm seeing a god en mi cara. Es como que, well, yeah, we know because of context for us that those are basically iconic characters, but in the universe itself, it's so vast. Rey wouldn't necessarily know who he was in, like if it was more realistic, Rey probably wouldn't know much about Han Solo and his outings because he only helped he helped twice. He helped with the first Death Star a little bit, which could have been forgotten through time, and he helped con los Ewoks and shit. Pero generally could have been stuff forgotten in history, ¿me entiendes? So, yeah. Like, Rey se acuerda because we want to get the good fifis when we see it. Pero se sintió esa manera. Pero maybe you're right. Maybe this could be more justified por el hecho de que para Michael Myers, he feels more comfortable teniendo algún tipo de máscara, algún tipo de cosa que lo tapa a él, porque they do go through lengths en la original y en esta 2018 to hide his face. And he freaks the fuck out en la original cuando le quitan la máscara.
Y hace sentido porque mientras más tú creces y y más teniendo, tú sabes, trauma psicológico, tú no es que tú no te vas a mejorar. O sea, tú te puedes mejorar, pero viéndolo desde el punto de vista de Michael Myers, he would have been more and more traumatized as he grew up. And by the things that he did. O sea, lo voy a tomar de esa perspectiva, no quiero que me linchen por esto, pero mientras tú vas creciendo con un trauma psicológico así, tú vas empeorando, tú nunca vas a mejorar. Y es como que yo lo veo como que eso de la máscara lo veo bastante legit si él no la tiene después, porque la ha tenido por tanto tiempo y él ha hecho tantas cosas con ella, que es como que ese es su comfort zone.
Si tú,
Pero, yeah.
si tú lees like a lot of the comments like about the problem that people have with Rob Zombie's movie is the fact that they gave it a traumatic reason mentally. Like the fans of the original series get pissed because to them he's just a personification of pure evil, no reason, no nothing. He's just like he kills because he wants to kill or whatever. And Rob Zombie gave him a really traumatic childhood.
Yeah.
And that to people is like a fucking sin. They're like, there should be no reason why he murders. He should just murder for the sake of murdering. Yeah, exactly. There should be. It's just like it's funny how I don't want to compare it to Star Wars, but it's just like it has had that many movies already where it's like different generations judge the movies as their version of Michael. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. But,
that's pretty cool.
It's funny.
Moving on.
I remember seeing that shit. Remember seeing Rob Zombie in the movie theaters?
Yeah.
Shit.
Miguel?
What are you talking about? You talking about the Halloween movie we saw?
Yeah, remember that shit?
Yeah. I almost puked up a lung in the movie theater. Like that's the first time I felt uncomfortable watching a horror movie. When in the sequel,
Yo, I remember going there and like the fucking sound.
Yeah. Yes. When he's cutting through that
shit
guy's
was like
neck with a
Christopher
piece of
Nolan. He
glass.
was right next to the speaker and shit.
I was literally like, oh, I can't believe this. I'm like, this is a little bit too much for me. That we were in our 20s, I think. When we saw that, like,
damn.
A little while ago.
Yeah.
All right, so since we're already speaking about horror movies, I think it's a good segue to go into the news about the new Hellraiser. So who's making a Hellraiser reboot? And we found out that Hellraiser is going to be I think she was in Sense8, right?
Most likely, yes.
If I'm not mistaken, she's in Sense8, right? All right,
This
so
is news to me. I have no idea.
feel like
I absolutely do not remember.
She was. She's a transgender actress that was in Sense8. She was the one that was dating the black chick. I don't know if you guys seen the show.
I haven't, but my best friend has told me about the series and everything. But if I look at the pictures, I do kind of remember her. Yeah, she's there.
She's gonna be Pinhead. Nah, there's already people up in arms about this shit, like always. Supuestamente, this is based like on. I didn't know. I thought Hellraiser was his own property that had just started in the movie. I didn't know that it was adapted from something. So supposedly that character of Pinhead, the actual character doesn't have a sex. It's not a man or a woman. So it shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be realistically a problem, but you already know how fucking people could be sometimes. So there's an issue with that. Only at like when I think of Pinhead, I'm not really thinking how you say like serious acting chops. So it really doesn't matter to me. I don't think anybody's going to see Hellraiser for the acting. So I don't know how good that chick acts. I've only seen her in Sense8, and that's about it. So I can't really be like, oh, she's gonna be shitty as Pinhead because the whole Heath Ledger Joker debacle comes out again.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Are anybody here?
I want to be totally transparent. I've never watched one of these movies to completion. I've only seen bits and pieces of it, and I literally remember like the last one I remember seeing, like somebody had rented it in the house on VHS, and I popped it in. I think it was kind of like an origin story because I was seeing how that little fucking Rubik's Cube looking shit was made in the movie. And then all hell broke, pardon the fucking pun, all hell broke loose and there was a whole bunch of body horror. I really don't know much about Hellraiser other than, you know, it's like pseudo-masochistic bondage type horror or whatever. I don't know the origins of the character. You know, it's always revered by horror fans as like one of their top fucking, you know, monsters or whatever that they love. I personally never got into it, but I mean, dude, we're living in an age, like, honestly, it's called an interpretation for a fucking reason. Like, you know, whether you like it or not, it's a reinterpretation. Like, sex these days, like, oh, get the fuck over it, honestly. Like,
Adicional.
I'm so over the discussion.
Los
Yeah.
Cenobites son almas perdidas que como que ya perdieron como que género todo y es como la perversión máxima del alma. So I really doubt que el sexo sea algo que afecte. Like they don't have a sex porque ya el alma perdió toda la esencia de lo que era.
I don't even think they have genitals anymore. They barely have nipples. They barely have,
So
That's why. That was the point. It's not supposed to have like any sexual organs.
Yeah.
So eso
Isn't
no
there like an
Sí, sí.
animal Hellraiser in one of the movies? Like literally like a dog?
Like with law pins.
Like no, but he split. I think he's split in half,
Oh,
like by
okay.
chains, and like literally it's a hellhound or something like that.
Never seen any of
I'm
them.
like,
so.
I'm like with you. Yeah, when it comes to Hellraiser, I seen the first one, and the first one was like so weird. I didn't enjoy the movie. It felt very fucking weird. Like I didn't understand what the fuck was the cubic. Like I guess I saw it at an age I was young. I didn't understand the story. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then at the end, like a fucking dragon
Bro,
or some shit
bro.
with wings comes and scoops somebody up and flies into the sky.
People are freaking out about sex, and there's such thing. It's called a chatterer beast. It's a fucking Cenobite. It's a Cenobite pet.
Hecho
Like-
con flesh de humano.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
bro.
And I feel like for me, Pinhead has been one of those things where it's a franchise where like I see all the trailers but none of the movies.
oh
Like,
yeah.
I know all of the fucking I see the features, all like the fucking fat one, the chick with the
Yeah.
titties out, the fucking
Yeah.
one that got their chest like all out, but like I've never sat down and said, oh, I'm gonna watch this one in the movies.
Yeah. I think it's for like very
And it's
specific horror fans. Like
Go ahead.
if you really love horror, then this is your kind of cup of tea
Or like
because it's so
body
niche.
horror.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's so niche. It's not
Yeah.
like very commercialized. It never really was.
Well,
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
one of those movies that most of the sequels didn't go to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Like mostly a lot of these sequels were like straight to DVD, unlike the Jasons, the Michael Myers. Like I don't think I've ever seen Jason Michael Myers go straight to DVD. Like it always
Yep.
goes to the movie theaters.
por eso me gusta porque es como que algo que tú compartes en like among friends. It's something that you want to see the new Pinhead movie? Just yeah, come to my house. Let's make a party out of it.
Mhm.
Y qué sé yo, no sé, como que algo que you can
That only
actually
happens-
enjoy with the
That only
community.
That only happens in your house. You make a party out of everything. Like
Oh fuck yeah! Like hoy, por decirte hoy, I would have to leave early porque I do have an aunt from, I don't know if she's in Florida or in Virginia, but anyway, she's here in my house. So at some point when they call me, I'll have to leave. So yeah, I do have something every Sunday.
And it's coming to Hulu. That's actually cool. I was about to say this seems like a Shutter release, like that the app Shutter for like horror fans.
Yeah,
No, it's actually Hulu, so it's like one step above.
yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, I would watch it just to say, oh yeah, I finally watched one of the Pinhead movies. Like,
Yes.
why not? Like, es como que, again, es para compartir en la casa y let's make a party out of it. Porque no es algo para cogerlo en serio. I mean, tú puedes tener el lore, puedes tener todo, like maybe a good actress or something, but no es que la película vaya a ganar un Oscar tampoco.
No,
Yeah.
well, I don't think, and I don't even really like. I feel like the Hellraiser movies, they've lasted for so many years, even though most of them gone straight to video release. Like they've lasted so much, they have to have a rich lore about the Cenobites, about the fucking group. Like Miguel saw the one with the Rubik's Cube. I don't know how the fucking Rubik's Cube. I don't know how it has powers. I don't know anything about
I
it.
think,
But
I
it
think
is a
that's
movie
literally
that
part of the
has a-
lore. I think it's part of the lore, honestly. I think there's a box, and like that's inside where the actual spirit is like trapped or some shit. That's what I could get from what I remember of that movie. And the movie that I saw was basically showing you who made the box that holds the weird spirit or whatever.
Oh, nice.
That's what I'm saying. There is a fucking very rich lore for the franchise. I think it's just like Orengo said. It's horror, but within the genre horror, it's in its own little niche. It's in its own little group that I think like Fangoria fans, the people that really like gory shit, are fans of it.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, so sidesweeping, fucking Hellraiser. We also got to
Sideswiping.
see the trailer. I don't know if everybody saw it. Yes, we saw the trailer. Did everybody see the trailer for fucking Resident Evil? Welcome to
I
Raccoon
did.
City.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
It was all over New
All
York
right.
Comic Con web live stream. So yeah.
I haven't seen this.
Swipe left, swipe right.
Espera que te me va a botar.
Wait, I still have them here.
Oh.
Oh, go Sally.
Here you
Go
go.
Sally.
Yeah.
Sally, do it with me. Get swifty.
There you go. Look at it. Look at it. Fuck you really quick. Fuck you really quick. You guys are lucky. I don't have it's a lot more complicated to do this shit on the cell phone, so I can't kick people out. So fuck y'all really quick.
Orengo's looking for the app right now to put the shades on.
I'm gonna see if I can do it. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to help you. I got you. Give me a second.
I got you, boo.
What did you guys think of Resident Evil trailer?
I'm gonna go because I'm gonna make it sweet and short. They have shots from the video games, which I liked. I know what Miguel's is going to say, and I'm gonna say it first.
Fuck that show. No, I'm kidding.
It's a movie, by the way.
It does look like a fan made it. It does look like a fan made it, and the writer / director of the movie, he's a fan of the video game, so I guess it's going in the right direction. Porque en realidad no es que no coja las películas de Resident Evil en serio, es que esas películas tampoco son para cogerla en serio.
Yeah.
Porque si tú quieres la película, vas a jugar el juego y ya. To be honest, just immerse yourself in the video game franchise and that's it. You don't really need to watch the movies.
Even the video games have come on, bro. They have some tropes in them, like the horrible voice acting, and Resident Evil 6 was literally like a Michael Bay movie from beginning to end. Like it was explosions.
Es como que running with the gun.
Yeah.
Es que se veían funny, pero yeah, sweet and short. Se ve fan-made. Los actores, sé de ellos porque lo he visto en otras cosas. Kyle Scodelario y Avon Joe.
Okay, Robbie Amell.
Yeah, Robbie Amell. Jogia is his last name. I don't want to mispronounce it. That's what I'm being like this. But yeah, I mean, again, what I loved is the fucking scene where the zombie is eating someone and he turns around. Yeah, como que, oh yeah, punch back to the
to the video game.
To the video games. No sé, mano. Eso por lo menos me gustó, pero yeah, it looks fan made. No le voy a tirar tanta vieja, en verdad. It doesn't deserve it. Porque no es como si, again, fuese a ganar un Oscar.
I'm genuinely interested just to see, not story wise, but see how they play it out or whatever. And I'm guessing 2 hours. The only thing that is a little painful sometimes is the CGI is wow, it's a little horrible sometimes. Like the scene with the dog, and the scene with the zombie turning around. It was a little. I would have wanted more practical effects instead of a CGI bloodbath or whatever. Pero le voy a dar el mérito de que I guess we're gonna get to see Claire, and I think they made a reference to Chris Redfield in the trailer, but I wasn't too sure. I mean, I laughed at one part, which made me laugh because I think they show the mansion in the trailer, it looked so small. I was like, they took a mansion and they turned it into an Airbnb. God damn it! But in general, the story and the action beats, they look pretty cool. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm not gonna totally shit on it just by the trailer or whatever. The CGI is a little painful, but we'll see what they do with it.
I wonder if the CGI is just because that's in the trailer and it's not unfinished. Because there's shots in Doom that still look a little rough, even in that last trailer.
Yeah.
No, the same shot they was talking about when he's in his helmet.
Yes, that scene is.
It's
very
the last trailer.
rough.
That shit, I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's how it's gonna look in the movie. If they fixing that, cause that trailer just came out last week and it still looked exactly the same.
The question that everybody has, as a fan of the video games, is if this is gonna do it. Obviously, I don't think so, but everybody's just gonna be like, "Oh, will this be the one that breaks the fucking trope of, from a video game to a movie? It sucked." You know what I mean? Is this gonna be that one that finally does it? I don't think so, but
No.
That's what everybody gives a shit about at the end of the day as a fan of the video games.
Well, at
Todavía,
least
todavía
this one.
go ahead.
Sorry. At least
No,
this
no,
one has an attempt. Like I know it looks kind of weird, looks fan filmy overall, but at least visually kind of looks like what's supposed to be the original game. You can see, okay, it has the right aesthetics. Some of the creatures, in low light they look decent-ish. Like, I mean, I guess que para las 7 películas donde they weren't following a whiff of what the games were intended to be.
Yeah.
At least someone trying to do an attempt, even with a seemingly low budget, is trying to do. Pues, props, I guess. Y quizás se beneficie del hecho de que no hay muchas cosas saliendo en el cine right now. Y quizás hasta haga chavo y tenga buzz. Because if you guys remember, cuando la pandemia empezó, que solamente estaban los drive-ins.
Oh my god, that's right. This is going straight to theaters. I keep on thinking it's going on Netflix.
Sí, no.
This is going straight to theaters.
It might benefit itself.
Netflix has its own series.
Exacto.
Yeah, I know.
Pero
it
might benefit itself, por lo que digo, porque como cuando estaba la pandemia, estaban los drive-ins, estaba toda esa pendejada. There were a lot of these smaller indie films, smaller horror movies que estaban tirándola porque eran las únicas cosas que estaban ya preparadas para salir anyways.
Sí.
Y la estaban tirando sin miedo porque no tenían que mercadearse tanto. And they were getting a lot of money para atrás. So yo creo que maybe esto es uno de los últimos leftovers de esa estrategia de mercadeo donde vamos a sacar un trailer, we're just going to throw it in the movie theaters, we're not going to make a big deal out of it, y just for the sheer fact de que maybe no haya nada de competencia grande entre esas semanas, it'll probably make money. Just sort of people being so curious de ver qué más sale,
Yeah.
I think it might work.
Yeah, I think que por eso que estás diciendo, yo creo que mucha gente le va a dar el beneficio de la duda. Maybe más personas han sido expuestas a indie movies o B-rated movies que maybe ha despertado como que, pues mira, I can actually enjoy one of these movies. I don't really have to give it to a big studio. Porque que hasta donde yo sé, hasta donde vi, there's a lot of promotion into this movie, but it's not attached to a big ass studio either. So el budget, yo me imagino, o sea, lo primero que dije fue, aquí yo no veo ni Lionsgate, no estoy viendo Columbia o Sony o whatever, o sea, no estoy viendo tanto título así, o sea, Paramount for that matter. Y es como que, man, no hay tanto budget para esta película tampoco. So maybe they're trying to build something out of it que sea más relacionada a los juegos que fue the previous saga.
Y la parte más importante, people are just desperate to go out.
Yeah.
They're seemingly willing to go see whatever, honestamente.
Yeah.
So that was such a wonderfully undercuffed snide comment. Thank you.
They're willing to go see whatever. They're willing to see the next crap que salga.
They'll consume whatever fucking garbage you put in front of them right now.
Is it not true?
For me, at least, I come from the perspective that I've never been a big fan of the video games. I never played it, so I don't know the rich lore that other people have. So I don't know. Like, I know just the famous people, Wesker. Like, I know famous people. I don't know a lot of characters. So there's gonna be shit that's gonna fly over my head.
It's okay. It's okay because apparently the writers didn't know about the lore either. So the writers of the other movies didn't know about the rich lore either. So it's okay.
En esta way, yeah.
I was gonna just say that for me, tonally, the trailer didn't sell it for me as much because I wasn't a big fan of the musical choice that they picked. Like the song that they picked in the trailer, for me, for some reason, it kind of took me out of like, I think what I should have been feeling. Like I didn't really.
What was the song? I don't even remember.
What's Going On by Four Blondes? Is it? I forgot the name of the man.
It's like those. It's like how you say it.
I thought you were gonna say What's Going On by Marvin Gaye.
No,
it is.
It's a thing of the Marvin Gaye song.
It's you know how they're doing now. They take the song, now they remake it, and they like the tone of the song. It's supposed to be, I guess, ominous. It just
Four
didn't feel like that when I saw
the What's Up. But it's some
shit like that. It's some shit like a 70s song or something.
No, por eso es Four Non Blondes, What's Up. Pues, lo que pasa es que el coro dice, What's going on?
Ajá.
Oh,
La del meme de
That's-
He-Man.
wait, that's Janis Joplin?
Yeah.
No,
Janis Joplin.
that's Joplin, yeah.
Así
Yeah.
es.
Yeah,
Pero
exactly.
fatal, pero
That's funny.
Pero es slowed down, very Hollywood.
That's
trendy
very
Yeah.
right now.
that's very funny. I know the singer, but didn't know the band.
Four Non Blondes y What's Up. Lo único que pues, What's going on is the most you will hear from the song.
Ah, okay.
I
okay.
couldn't,
The
I
most
couldn't
important
get,
part.
I
Yeah.
couldn't get He-Man out of my head when I was watching this. When I was hearing the song, I was like, "What's going on?"
Oh my god.
It was weird.
I didn't see He-Man. So.
No,
Is
but
that song playing He-Man?
No, it's the meme.
It's a meme, man.
It's a
It's
meme
meme.
on YouTube donde está He-Man como si fuera cantando la canción y entonces cuando él hace como que What's going on? No sé. Es un loop
Yeah.
estúpido. It's so
Yeah.
bad, but it's funny as hell. It's like, when I hear that song,
So-
I just think it's the meme.
It's
Unlock-
Linda Perry, by the way. It's not Janis
Yeah.
Joplin. No, my bad,
There
everybody.
you go.
Unlock memory.
Full. Pero yeah.
Wow,
I didn't know
really?
that-
I thought that was Janis Joplin.
No, it's Linda Perry. I thought so too. I don't know why the name stuck out to me, but it's Linda Perry.
Yo siempre la confundo con Janis Joplin. I don't even know why. So I'm
And,
sorry.
I think my final verdict is that's gonna be a tough sell for me to go to the movie theater. I thought it was gonna be like Netflix, but I mean, who knows? Maybe on a day where I'm bored, I'll probably go check it out, see what it is.
Oh yeah, same.
When
Same.
come on, November, no?
Sheeple.
That's the
It's
it's
November.
November.
Yeah, November.
What
November
is there?
20 something. Like
So-
es como que va a salir el mes que viene. El trailer que va a salir ese par de días.
November has Eternals, Dune, right?
Nope.
No,
No.
December's Dune. So
No,
December's
when
Dune.
is this month?
Nope.
This month.
This month.
Really?
Yo también
22nd?
Yeah.
October 22nd, no?
Oh shit.
Yo
Okay.
también pensaba que iba a salir en diciembre for some odd reason, pero es que la estamos confundiendo con Matrix.
Okay, so November has Eternals, it has Ghostbusters, and I guess Resident Evil. What else comes out in
It
November?
probably has more, but you're such a sheep. You only remember the stuff you care about. Just like me, because I don't even know what's coming out in November.
I got fucking interest. What do you want me to do? Like,
No, I get you. I have
Hold
no
on.
idea qué va a salir en noviembre, to be honest. So yo estoy igual de perdido.
Yo de verdad quiero ir al cine a ver Doom.
hey, newsflash, by the way, I don't
Nice.
have to travel. I don't have to travel 2 hours to see Lamb.
Nice.
It's gonna open up closer to me. So take that, elitists.
Nice. No, I appreciate. Now you can actually go out of your comfort zone. Stop seeing James Bond and actually see a
What?
movie for
Oh
once.
wait a second. What? Okay. Woo! Take out the
Shots
motherfucking
fired.
gloves. We'll talk about
Shots
that. We'll talk about that in a bit. With my 8 out of fucking 10.
Go
All right.
Go nuts. Go nuts.
November. Before we get into that, November apparently the heart. Well, that's Netflix. So that's I'll say. So it's Eternals. It's shit. There's not much in the theaters. Honestly,
Maybe anuncian más tarde, because
coño. But we're next. We're like a month away.
Yeah.
When does the Gucci movie come out?
probably no. Actually, it might be October también.
No, November. Check it out. November 24th.
Oh, there we go. But there you
Yeah,
go.
November 21st.
So
24th.
there's another
Yeah,
one.
there's definitely want to see that one.
Oh yeah, me too. For shits and giggles. ¿Verdad?
Me dicen cómo está.
Como que me dicen, ¿cómo está? You're not gonna go support it?
Cuando la nominen y esté justificada verla, pues fine, I'll do it.
What? What the fuck? What?
I don't want to see it out of my own accord.
Yeah.
How have I not
When it gets a nomination,
verbally
when it
expressed
gets-
enough
Solo
how much I
cosas que
hate
están
this?
nominadas.
No.
Orengo might
Have
be the
I
only
not?
person I know that goes, I direct movies, but I wipe my ass with the theater industry.
No. Did
Like-
I not expressly say already many times before how much I dislike Ridley Scott?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned the past. I just ignore what I don't like.
There you go.
So-
Como el Ridley Scott, obviamente, ese lo de la picha era bien fea. I'll probably see it porque va a estar nominado because well, it's the only thing I get to play with the algorithm because it's the only time the stuff I like generally cross over with stuff that's trendy. So
I'm
Question.
dead ass. Go ahead, Sally. Go ahead.
Sorry. Question to Orengo. Why, in the shortest way possible,
Mhm.
why do you hate Ridley Scott.
I think he's a hack filmmaker gonna
Oh,
show
God,
ahora de Gladiator. You want me to be brief?
Espera, wait a second, pero como que de Gladiator, like all of his other shit doesn't count because after Gladiator, he fucking hasn't nailed it to you, like.
Tú viste Prometheus, right? Or am I the only one person? The only person who had a heart attack watching that? Okay, fine.
I didn't have a heart attack watching.
Yeah, I didn't like.
I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was the worst film I've ever seen, but I didn't fucking like.
Oh, of course.
Grip my chest saying it's fucking.
But
sucked.
I didn't say he's a bad filmmaker. I said he's a hack. There's a difference. See, when someone's a hack, is when they take a sci-fi concept that seems very unique and revolutionary, and by the end of it, since he's so hacky, he just puts a xenomorph at the end to justify his film's existence because he doesn't have trust in himself enough to justify his own film that he crafted for 2 hours.
Has it been proven though that he was the one that wrote that into the movie, or was it pressure from the studio? Like, motherfucker, you better put that in there.
He's Ridley Scott. He can probably do it. He can do whatever the hell he wants at this point. So, si él quería poner xenomorph, es because he wanted to.
Me sorprende que él tenga bien poquitos títulos a su nombre.
Sí, alguien 20th Century Fox
ese tal
le da
lugar que
libertad
hacer
a él.
película. Sí, sí.
¿Qué fue de qué? ¿Qué fue de qué? What?
Que
Sorry?
si a alguien 20th Century Fox le da libertad para hacer lo que le dé la gana es a él.
Yeah.
Y Prometheus fue como que de su ego, no fue más nada.
Yep.
Tengo que admitir,
His brother killed himself, no? Tony Scott?
Yes,
Bro, super dark.
tengo que admitir que la última película.
I get mixed up with.
Te estás diciendo que pagó un
God
estudio.
damn. What a right turn you took there.
A little.
Bro.
Hey guys,
Bueno, que yo decía,
he's a hack. Aliens on that. Yeah, and his brother killed himself, right? I'm like,
But yes, he did. And Tony was a great director in his own right.
That was dark, man.
I was like, I get their movies mixed up with each other. That's why.
I do too sometimes. Pero como a Genesis le gusta tanto Tony Scott, but I've learned to know the difference between them.
Okay. No, yo entiendo lo que Orengo dice porque la única película que yo he visto de Ridley Scott después de Gladiator fue The Martian.
There you go.
Thank you. Fue The Martian y ya, puedo entender por qué.
Yo no defiendo The Martian. Yo sé que mucha gente le encanta The Martian, but I really don't. Por eso es que yo digo que honestamente The Gladiator has to make a good movie at all.
I watched it when the last time I had cable. Welcome to Disney, Scott. Pero cuando yo vi The Martian fue la última vez que que tenía cable y I saw it. I was entertained.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, pero that was it. Como que no es como que oh my god ni nada de esas cosas, pero I could understand. Yeah.
But that's why.
I was a fan of The Martian.
If I can't, I'm now giddy because if Orengo thought that he did something just to be a hack, wait till he sees the fact that they want to do a sequel to Gladiator.
Which is ridiculous.
And they're saying that like it's literally the next movie that's gonna come out after.
Yep.
His current project is what? His current project is.
That's what.
There's one more. What is it?
Kid Bag is going to be a show on. Oh no, a movie. Sorry, for Apple TV Plus.
Well, they said that literally after that he's gonna do the sequel to Gladiator. Like it's confirmed. He confirmed it already.
Sí, eso
He's
sí.
like it's already written.
Is there any information at all? Is there any information at all about, like,
there was a script
about the story of like
there was a script a while ago that people kept on talking about where it has a lot of paranormal elements. It's basically like fucking God of War. Like
I was, and that was the last time.
I can't wait till it comes out because all I imagine is remember that scene in Ace Ventura where they bring him into like the room with all the animal heads and he's just totally freaking out like oh, that'll be Orengo at the movie theater when he goes to watch that.
I remember where you're talking about that. It was like Maximus Goes to Hell, so it was like some fucking Dante's Inferno shit. That there was a supuestamente story of like Maximus goes to hell and then there's like fucking demons and all this. It sounded like fucking God of War.
How do you do a God of War? How do you do another Gladiator movie without Russell Crowe, bro? Like, you're not gonna swing that and tell me that Russell Crowe's gonna get into fucking shape to do that movie again. Have we seen Russell Crowe lately?
Yep.
Lo van a hacer en CGI a lo Beowulf.
There's a Russell Crowe at every bar you go to. He's sitting in the corner, hammered the shit.
Es más, te voy a hacer una pregunta, Miguel.
Yeah.
Do you think Blade Runner 2047 would have been as good if Ridley Scott had originally directed
I'm
it?
not gonna get into that
Jurassic
fucking Blade
Park.
Runner contract.
No,
I'm not gonna
no.
get into the Blade Runner argument with you, honestly. No. Next topic.
Just simple.
You can wipe your ass with Blade Runner all you want. Whatever. It's not your cup of fucking tea. Okay.
Wait, what? I love the new one. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. You like the new one, but you hate the original one. You detest the original one.
I think he just stumbled into greatness doing that.
How the fuck do you stumble into greatness?
Because he did Alien, and he didn't do anything decent after Blade Runner.
How do you stumble into a fucking movie that has like mass appeal like that?
Almost like a fluke, and then
Bring
he does
out the popcorn.
Gladiator, and then he's done nothing since.
So okay, let's do this for 5 minutes because we have so many topics today. I don't think we're gonna fucking do this. From what I get, your major problem with Blade Runner, the original, is that it's like too long in the tooth, right? It drags on a little bit too much, and there's
La
not.
parte del medio, it's so unnecessarily long. It's all about the relationship of them. It's almost cringy at points. It's really long.
It's fucking noir.
Dude,
that's my answer. It's noir.
I've seen noir, pero el
American noir.
el noir no es una hora y pico de la película con la female fatal hangueando.
It's basically there's just set up. It's set up to me. It was just there to like set up aesthetic and mood, like nothing else than that. Like to get basically bridge the gap between these two characters, which they don't fucking know each other. So you have to give them a semblance.
Pero esto era cuando ya tenían un cierto comfort with around each other. Y eran como que yo estoy hablando de there was a big, I don't know if you've seen it recently, but there's a chunk of the movie que es bastante dedicado of them just being romantic with each other and nothing else. It's a little grating porque es como que okay, I get it, I understand what you're going for, pero da un poquito más de este world, da un poquito más de personaje. Y no hay mucho ahí. And like the villain is only memorable because of those last 10 minutes. Porque el villano es tan memorable. He kind of comes at the sort of the second to third act también. Because they need to conclude with a type of antagonistic force que no que estuvo establecido. And then it's kind of established towards the end. También, que ese otro issue que tenía la película. It has a great mood. It has a great ambiance. It has a great lore, por decirlo así. Fantastic stuff. Pero the character stuff, no sé, no creo que es tan interesting.
Okay, all right. I mean, different strokes.
Fantastic stuff.
I know.
It was interesting to me.
Yo estoy en minoría, obviously. People love Blade Runner, so.
But I mean, I dug the vibe of the movie, and that whole thing made like just cemented the whole thing of like he's falling in love with the one thing that he's trained to hate, and you know. I thought it was a good little kind of breaking the character down in front of our own eyes or whatever. So,
that's
wipe
fair.
your ass with the comments. Whatever.
I mean, people are gonna agree with you. Yo reconozco maybe another person that
I was like, people are gonna agree with you, and they're fucking stupid too. So, next topic.
I'll say this: I wouldn't have liked him directing the sequel.
I will say, I'll give you that. I do feel the second one has a totally different tone that also works.
Yeah.
I really like the second one as well, but it does not feel like a direct sequel. Well, okay, it doesn't feel it has the same tone as the first one at all. But it works. But it still works. Like I still fuck with it really hard. Yes.
Makes me care for Harrison Ford.
Yes.
One of his best performances ever.
I honestly like that whole movie. I saw that shit by myself, and obviously that movie bombed because when I went to see opening day, there were like 3 other people in there. But to our credit, I looked at them. We made eye contact, and we were like, "This fucking movie's great." It was for us. It was for us.
I'll never forget that scream, that Ryan Gosling scream. Beautiful.
I'm gonna use that. It's for us as a segue to go into the next topic, which is gonna be a lot more lighthearted. It's gonna be fucking Sora in Super Smash.
Yeah.
feel like
Well, let
when-
me tell you
when
why I
this-
feel like Sora is the worst. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my
Ya,
god.
ya
Let me tell
hablaron.
you-
Me quedé callado, güey.
Let me tell
Vamos a
you.
hablar-
Let me
Shut
tell
the
you why
fuck
Nintendo sold its fucking soul to Disney. You know, like.
Where the fuck is the button to throw you the fuck out right now, yo? If I fucking knew how to get it, I would throw you the fuck out right now. I like, yo, I am a 33-year-old fucking man already.
He wasn't talking
He
about
threw
me,
himself
you
out?
idiot.
The
He was
fuck?
no. That was Dick.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I had the power all along. I was being polite.
Bro, I am a 34-year-old fucking man, bro. When I saw that shit, when I saw this nigga pop out the keyhole and the fucking song started, I almost fucking started crying, yo. I'm not gonna
Bruh.
fucking lie. I don't know what it is about that fucking Utada Hikaru. I don't know what the fuck it is about this song, yo. I hear that shit and I start getting emotional. Utada
yeah.
Hikaru is the name of the song.
How wrong you are, son. How wrong you are, son.
Otada Hikaru is the first of all. Otada Hikaru is the singer.
Exacto, pero ella no tiene
That's
que ver
what I'm
nada con la canción que tú
And
escuchaste.
exactly, and the song they use that is not the one that you're talking about. That's number one. But I'll let it slide because it was a piece of your childhood and it's been a while.
That's not the song? Is that
Bro,
fucking, what is it?
es un compositor, te voy a decir el nombre de él. Súper famoso, él se llama Yoko Shikomura. Y ese es el que tú escuchaste la canción.
I'll forgive you because you weren't gonna get that anyway.
Exacto.
But that's not her song. That's not the song that she sings in the
Oh,
fucking
that's the
first one.
Kingdom Hearts Orchestra opening, mofo.
It
You
sounds
ignorant
similar,
slut.
but it sounds similar though. It sounds similar. I'll give him that. It sounds similar. So it's
Pero it was beautiful. Es como que bien significante que ellos también esperaron ese día para pararle toda la producción al juego de Nickelodeon, porque fue el mismo día que salió el juego. Y fue como que, mira lo que vamos a tirar. Y fue el mismo día. Ellos esperaron, politely. Y se tiraron ese player, gracias a Dios que se había hecho data mining hace mucho tiempo. Y decían que era un Sword Fighter. Y todo el mundo estaba súper cagado, porque lo único que hay en Super Smash son personajes de Fire Emblem. And people were scared de que fuera otro personaje más. Y cuando salió ese reveal, fue bello. Para mí, generalmente, I was like, oh shit. Since little kid, I was like, porfiando a un amigo mío, como que Sora le ganaría a Link, y él dijo, guess what? We'll never see that. 12 years later, bitch. Let's prove this.
I gotta admit, I marked out hard when I saw the trailer. I marked out hard to the point where somebody said, "Was it Sally? Sally, you sent it first, right?"
Yeah.
I think Sally sent it. And I was like, "That can't be real." And I looked at it. I opened it. And I was like, "Holy shit! They actually pulled it off, like lawsuit wise. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's the biggest legal nightmare there is. That character.
Y más con el divorcio ese extraño que ellos están teniendo.
Oh, like that is, I want to say, like, good on them for pleasing the fans, honestly, because they put their money where their mouth was, or somebody took an L, or they worked it out in a way where the character can come on to the fighting game series. Very, very good, very good. And the way they introduced them is very much in the theme of Kingdom Hearts, and like evokes a lot of sentiment, dude. Like, it really does evoke, like, I'm not gonna lie, I almost squirted a little tear too, because it's just that trailer is so whimsical. He literally brought life back to the characters. Like,
Nigga, was it you that sent the reaction videos?
Yeah. Dude, every time they release a character, I love those reaction videos. I still think the best one till now is Sephiroth's reveal, because people lost their ever-loving mind that nobody knew that was coming out. Like, everybody lost their fucking shit. But this one is a close second. Somebody in the chat said Banjo-Kazooie I'm sorry. Banjo-Kazooie did not emanate any fucking feelings the way those two reveals did. Not even close. Not even close to the way that
es que tú piensas que cuando te tiran a Cloud back to back, tú dices, maybe no va, o sea, maybe this is it. Maybe no vamos a ver a Valentine, is it? I forgot his name.
Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent. No van a tirar a Vincent, no van a tirar a Sephiroth, o sea, solamente van a tocar a Cloud porque es la figura principal de Final Fantasy VII. So he's the most famous character out of Final Fantasy. Hay que ser claro. Pero, to be really honest, esto es como que this is something out of the, like, people are treating this like a glitch because nobody thought it could ever be done. Truly. Nobody thought it could ever be done. So I'm super happy. I'm super hyped.
So they also they also timed it. They timed it with the Disney anniversary, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Hay un montón de
There's a
cosas.
50th Disney anniversary, I think. There's the anniversary of the game. Like
No.
they marketed the shit out of the reveal.
Sí, porque también tiene muchas. It's very like attached to the Organization 13 number. Like, supuestamente, según una teoría que yo vi, lo cual me hizo mucho sentido, es que estaba a 13 días de yo no sé qué, de celebrarse yo no sé qué, tenía muchas cosas que en común con el número 13. Y mucha gente lo estaba poniendo pues, con Organization 13 y todas esas pendejas. So, yo creo que por eso, como que struck a big nerve, pero of happiness en la gente. So, voy a dejarla de que se manifieste, porque sé que él quiere explotar sobre esto, porque tiene más anécdotas que yo.
No, yo estaba, no había visto, no había escuchado sobre Organization 13, por eso era que te estaba,
No, sí, no, pero yo,
no, por
Your
real,
moment to
tenía-
shine, motherfucker.
no, pero es que I want to give you your moment to shine, porque tú estabas más hype que yo. No es que Kingdom Hearts no sea my cup of tea, es que nunca he podido pasar los juegos. I do own them, y yo sí los jugué cuando salían, en casas de panas, sí, yo estaba pendiente de los juegos y eso, pero no he sido como que un big ass, like the biggest fan ever. I'm not.
Nicholas told me that you have a neighbor that has video of you running in the street naked screaming Sora. Sora's in Smash.
con el
He
keyblade
says
dando la
true.
vuelta.
Yeah.
And now for the world exclusive, it's
El video, yo así, ¡ah!
We did it. That's all they heard of you screaming down the street.
All hail the magic Sora.
Bro, para empezar, maldita sea, ellos cogieron el peor timing para tirar este personaje. Emocionalmente, I'm weak esta semana. Físicamente todo, esta semana ha sido una mierda para mí. Y cuando tiraron ese trailer, para empezar, todo el mundo, cuando yo abro mi WhatsApp, había como diferentes personas tagueándome en diferentes, como que este video. I'm like, lo veo y veo, brinco a la otra persona, es como que, I don't care what you're saying, veo que la otra también me taguea, como que yo, wait a second, le doy play al video. Mano, por lo menos, cuando empezó, yo no había ni leído el thumbnail, yo sencillamente estaba viendo, como que el final y de final de Super Smash. Veo que todo el mundo como que se está fading el like, y yo como que, shit, yo dije como que, very sentimental este trailer. De repente tiran la jodida ya, estos fuegos. I'm like, yeah, another Fire Emblem. Fire, como que una llave.
I thought it was Dark Souls. When they had the campfire, I thought it was Dark Souls. I was like, oh shit, they're really gonna bring a serious, gruesome character into this thing.
I was like, estoy viendo eso, estoy súper drenado. Quiero que entiendan que estoy súper drenado viendo el video. Y I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about this. Y de repente cuando veo que presentan la llave, I'm like, is that a fucking... I was watching the phone. Y esta era mi reacción, like, legit, I was like, I got my attention. I was like, what is this? What is this? Veo que es el keyblade. I'm like, what is this? Tío, quiero que entiendan que aunque vi el keyblade, yo dije, please tell me que esto no va a ser un anuncio que van a tener un fucking me character, porque han hecho esto con un poco de personaje. I was like, these motherfuckers van a enseñar el keyblade y se la van a dar de item a cualquier me character. Y yo como que, qué mierda. Pero I'm still like interesado. When I see I start hearing the music, I'm like, nah. When I see this motherfucker is coming out the keyhole and he's fucking flying, en la simbología lo que tiene de Kingdom Hearts volar, I'm like losing my shit. I'm legitimately losing my shit. I'm here, I'm like, fuck. I started screaming. I was in the car. Y estoy gritando, puñeta. There's people around me outside. They're just hearing me like saying puñeta. I'm very excited. Y estoy como los nenes chiquitos que I wanted to tell someone, pero no había más nadie en el carro. I'm still watching this shit, and I was so fucking hyped for a minute. Like, legitly, I was happy. Lo primero que hice fue rápido poner la fucking canción completa. I needed to have the closure, and it was beautiful, man. Like, legitly, it was beautiful. Sora para mí es uno de los personajes como que más kind-hearted que existe como que en video games, and I really relate to that dude. And it was beautiful, like, it was completely beautiful. Hice flashback a tantas amistades que dijeron que nunca íbamos a tener esto en Smash. I've been dreaming with this shit de hace muchos años. Esto no fue como que cuando salió este juego. Like, legitly, I wanted Sora to be in that fucking game para partir culo con él. Like, legitly, like, this is my goal. Ahora viene
I can't. I've never heard those two things in the same sentence before. I can't wait to have Sora in this game para partir culo con él. Like, I can't with the fucking.
No, es que quiero que entiendas que ese era like
Disney
my
would approve of that verbiage.
Yeah, of course. Ellos van a poner esa frase, like in the next review del juego, así como que Sora.
Here comes a new challenger
culo.
para partirte el culo.
Oh, yeah.
Pero yeah, like legitimately, like bien competitivo en ese sentido de que I really want this character, that I really want to master this character. Hace tiempo yo no tenía como que algo que me emocionara en un juego, to say so. Y Kingdom Hearts para mí es bien emotivo y bien. Cuando yo pasé Kingdom Hearts 3, Barlax, is Let's gonna appear like with a Keyblade or something.
Sí,
like
creo que sí.
Okay.
Pero ahora, mala mía, pero quiero poner algo como que insert something there, porque ya que estás hablando de estos super fan, a mí me encantó, me tripió un montón la parte que dice, finally here.
You heard, guys?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna try to finish what I'm doing as soon as possible. But yeah, right now I gotta be out. Okay, guys?
Okay, Lex, antes que te vayas, te vas por aquí, por allá, por donde te vas.
Fuck you, I'm going this way. Look, it's like a fucking elevator. I'm going up here and I'm going down. Fuck you real quick. All right, so yeah, all right, everybody. I check you guys out, all right?
Dale.
I'm gonna assume that Deca has the list.
How the fuck do I get out of here on my phone?
Okay.
Somebody kick him out.
I'm gonna take you out. This is gonna be a great honor. Bye.
Pero a mí me tripió eso de que decía, oh, Sora is finally here. Y es como que, since when have people like asked about this? Since when? O sea, ¿desde cuándo ustedes llevan planeando esto? That's the thing that like, como que eso de que finally here es como que no sé si es como que un punch, like a jab.
I'll tell you the truth, and he explained it in the review of the gameplay or whatever. Supposedly they did a Q&A, I think before this game came out, of who was the character that you would most like to see in the next Smash. And supposedly Sora wiped the fucking floor with everybody. Okay. So apparently, I don't know if I buy that. I don't know if that's true or that's just marketing. Pero según ellos, Sora barrió con medio mundo, and they just couldn't do it because of legalities or whatever. Like there was not a possible thing. So as time went on, I guess somebody managed that magic trick. Somebody fucking spoke to somebody and they got it to work. But apparently people have wanted it for a while. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I might be one of the latest adopters of I want this character in this game. To me, since it seemed like I said, it seems so impossible. I was like, I'm not even gonna wish for that because that shit will never happen.
Yo veía más factible a Goku, para más decirte así que yeah. And it didn't make sense. Just like Goku.
Yeah.
So to me, I was like, as years went on, I read everybody's rants about how he fits, and I agreed. I was like, yeah, he's a whimsical character. He's not like Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, where you put him in this game and he feels so out of right field because you're so used to bloody antics. He's very whimsical and like, you know, he literally bonks people over a fucking head with a key. Like he fits in the little the aesthetic of Smash Brothers. But apparently it's been out for a while, like for a long time. Oh.
I'll say this: the gameplay footage de Sora, lo poco que enseñan, he looks broke as shit.
Bro,
broken as
oh,
a long range fighter. I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro, did you see that? Did you see how far he can be outside of the pedestal and he can dash twice?
Yeah,
he can dash long.
Not
only can he dash twice. Not only can he dash twice. He can dash twice, and the distance of the dash is ridiculous. I'm like this character in a troll's hands is gonna be like a nightmare.
You know what? I'll say that. Siempre era mucho el meme. Siempre era un meme que no pusieran a Waluigi, and to this point, I feel like it's a meme to not put it.
Yeah.
Porque Nintendo could so easily just would have put it like years ago. And I don't fully understand why they don't just put him in.
Porque él lo pusieron como un...
Exacto, él es un trophy.
Exacto, iba a decirle eso mismo, de que él es un trophy, él es como, like, yeah.
Sí, I get it, pero si tanta gente está clamoring for Sora and they move mountains to do it, creo que Waluigi would have been easily...
But I think they also looked at it and they were like, okay, Waluigi or Sora? What a move more units.
Pero Miguel, why not both? Why not both? I don't understand why there has to be a limit.
I don't know. You got that's I got
Yo,
that.
yo
I got
tampoco
that.
entiendo el
Yo
punto
no
de la
vería.
finalidad de Super. Bueno, coño, sí, entiendo la finalidad en el sentido de que van a tirar otro juego eventualmente.
Exacto.
Sí,
Pero-
Eso.
Pero yo veía como que cuando yo decía el last character, ya yo había perdido mi fe genuinamente con el de el anterior. Es que se me olvida del juego que es el anterior, The Fighting
Final
Game.
Fa-
Eh,
What are you talking
espérate,
about?
tú me estás hablando de
De Super
Smash Bros.
Ya, el personaje que salió anterior, que es un tipo como que bien musculoso, coge a Ganondorf y lo tira por el cliff. Se me olvida el nombre de ese personaje.
I thought the last one was Sephiroth before Sora.
No, el anterior que anunciaron es de, no es de Street Fighter, es de Tekken.
Oh. That's right.
Ese mismo,
Jin.
ese mismo.
Jin no.
Algo así. Like, I really don't know.
Kazuya?
Something
Kazuya?
like that.
Sí, porque Jin es el otro.
Sí.
Jin is the
Pues cuando
son.
anunciaron ese personaje, legitly, a ese punto yo ya estaba como que, mira, mano, ya lo que queda al final no va a ser algo que como que vaya a mover. Oh, I was so wrong. Y by the way, el site de
Kazuya,
Card,
yes.
una semana anterior a esto, había puesto Good things come to those who wait, que es una de las frases del juego. I'm like,
Sí.
van a tirar un remaster o algo. Yo pensaba que tenía que ver con eso. Cuando ahora caí en cuenta, yo como que, oh shit, ellos estaban ya poco a poco moviendo las fichas.
They did both though, porque va a salir las cosas del juego en el Switch, so.
Pues
Exacto.
There's a caveat with that though, and it's in small letters. If you read at the bottom, it's a cloud version of the game. You can't run it on the console. You're running the processing power on the cloud.
That's
So
interesting.
It depends on your connection, obviously. Like,
Oh,
if you guys
wow, that's a very fine print because that was never established anywhere.
It's on the bottom. If you read the poster they set out, it's on the bottom. They're cloud versions of the game.
That's gonna be as fuck. And that just shows you how weak ese Switch es.
Por eso, yo cuando me dijeron eso originalmente dije, yo sé que sale Cloud en el juego, pero tranquilo, no me lo tienes que repetir. I was like, I didn't understand.
That's like you said, Odengo, when I saw it, I was like, holy shit. They're going to give you the most dumbed down version of Part 3 I've ever seen, because I can understand if they give you Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 because they're obviously like way back when gen games.
Claro.
But I was like, wow, how the hell are they going to pull off? And then I was reading, I was like, oh, you bastards.
Yeah.
you left it in the fine print.
Es que, how else? Porque think about it. Ese Switch es básicamente un
Yes.
Android tablet del 2012.
Yeah, and not for nothing, but Kingdom Hearts 3, like, it's very impressive in terms of visuals. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very impressive.
I agree.
Maldita sea el 3. No, maldita sea el 3 en todo el sentido de la palabra, de que este juego fue bien grandioso porque yo lo jugué y yo me acuerdo.
I love it when me and Deca can hate something together.
Tú sabes cuando tú juegas algo como que con una pasión de que tú quieres que se acabe para no volver a tocarlo otra vez. Pues yo estaba jugando Kingdom Hearts 3 así. Like, legitly, el 1 y el 2 definieron mi childhood. Like, todo lo que esperé por yo siento que se quedó a mitad. Pero la cuestión es que yo estoy jugando y cuando, like, spoilers, el que no sabe el maldito final del 3 es que Sora, pues por toda la mierda que hizo, se evapora para el carajo. Y se muere para el carajo. La cuestión es que I was playing y un amigo mío viene y me dijo...
That's a good way to say it.
Mi amigo viene y me dice, loco, graba tu reaction del final. I'm like, bro, probablemente esté decepcionado y tire el control al piso o algo. So I was recording y me acuerdo que I was like, este es el final del juego. Va el monologue, todo el esto, empieza la canción está lenta. I'm like getting a little sentimental. I'm like, shit, okay, como que, the group is all together. Esta persona tuvo su closure, whatever. De repente, pues cuando veo, I'm like, okay, después de tantos años, finalmente Sora y Kairi se van a besar. Veo que Kairi llora, yo, why is she crying? I legitimately yo, porque ella está llorando. Me acerco, the motherfucker just se evapora. Tenía todavía lo de fucking Infinity War, porque estaba para ese mismo tiempo. I'm like, no, not you too, motherfucker. I started crying like a bitch. And I was like, ¿qué es esto? I really hated that game. Like, I really hated that game.
I refuse to comment on that shit. I'm not going to open up old wounds. So
smart.
Nice.
Next subject.
Nicely played. Pero ya. Pero lo último que quisiera decir, para un juego que salió hace alrededor de 3 años, tiene muchos personajes de DLC a comparación de otras cosas que salen como que yearly.
Yeah, of course. I think it's in total, is it 70 to 80 characters?
82 con Sora. 82 con Sora.
82 fucking characters, bro.
That's
Oh, by
insane.
the way, para la gente que le interese comprar Sora cuando salga, me imagino que va a estar a $4.99, $5.99 que cuestan los personajes.
Ujú, 5.99.
Ok, perfecto.
Or
Pues va a
you can
salir
buy
en
it
8 días.
bulk. Yes.
Va a salir el 18 de octubre de este año. So, I'm gonna buy him. Porque yo compré a Sephiroth.
Yes,
So,
I want him, and I want the Doom Slayer suit.
sí.
I
Oh,
want
yeah.
the Doom guy suit is in the costume is in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pero,
Esos son de
sí,
los amigos. Los
Yeah,
amigos,
the Mies,
Yeah.
the costumes.
A mí me pasó con Sans, que ese personaje de Undertow a mí me encanta, pero lo tiraron de freaking me. I'm like, damn.
sí,
Pues está un cabrón tener ese player.
sí, mano. I agree.
Bueno, pues de los temas que dejó Lex, I'm like, déjame ver cómo hago el segue. Like, ya que Sora dies, I guess it's time for No Time to Die.
Haha.
Oh,
I don't know, guys.
very, very subtle. Very subtle.
Yeah. Dale, vayan ahí porque No Time to Die es como que
Yo no la he visto,
el
so
tema
I'm
de
sorry about
octubre
that.
mío, como que No Time
Tampoco.
to Die.
Teca, did you see it?
Yeah. But I
You
got
saw
no
it?
time- Bro, yeah, I saw this.
Oh, okay. No more. Say no
saw
more.
this.
Say no more.
I
Say
saw
no more. Okay. You did. Okay. Very good. I'm glad I have somebody to talk with it about. Were you entertained throughout the whole
Yeah,
movie?
I was entertained en el sentido de, mano, yo creo mucho en darle finalidad a las cosas. So, en ese sentido, I was entertained. Esta franquicia, like, yo siempre tú sabes que a veces uno tiene franquicias que tú las ves, no es de tu gusto, porque no es como que tu cosa predilecta, pero you actually enjoy them. Pues en mi caso es James Bond yo me las disfruto y esta pues yo me la disfruté porque I saw it like a whole, como que todo completo, como que and I was okay with it, like legitimately.
I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Not even gonna lie. I thoroughly fucking enjoyed this movie. First of all, I'll be that honest. It was not the movie I thought I was gonna go see because of what happened. But when they brought us into the theater, whatever, and I sat down to watch it, I got hyped. I was like, "Oh shit! Okay, it's a totally different movie." But everything from the opening of this movie, like, I'm not gonna lie, it evoked feelings of like coming back to big cinema for me, and not like popcorn cinema. Like the way the movie, I guess, like rolls out to me was just like, oh, this is what the big movies felt like. Okay, we're back now. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're back. I think we're back now. Finally, you're going like to the big movie releases or whatever. Like, okay, yeah, Shang-Chi, Venom, all that shit. They made a ton of money, but they didn't feel the way this movie felt to me. Like, obviously, that's just my opinion, but I want to touch specifically on the fact that I think I like this James Bond more than the other ones I've seen in the past, at least the Pierce Brosnan one, because I think now that this is closed, the one thing I get from this entire James Bond series is that you kind of see, to me, how this character loves his position. He has a purpose. He does it for his country, but everything also tends to take a toll on him. And you see it throughout the movies. Whereas past versions of James Bond, he was just way too cool for school. Like he was, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't, he was the cool fucking guy going through this shit, but nothing fazed him to any degree. You know what I mean? Or if it fazed him, it fazed him minimally. Like he didn't carry weight into any of the sequels from his previous decisions. And this one, this series with Daniel Craig, like I think that's the one thing to me that kind of rings the hardest. And the way this movie ends or whatever, like it was like, fuck. Like to me, that was a classy send off to the character. The movie... dale.
No, que una cosa sin indagar así de la película, porque sé que ustedes dos no la han visto, pero a mí me dio risa porque hace un tiempito yo había visto el tráiler con una persona en el cine y tú sabes por la escena que todo el mundo le está disparando en el carro y él está como que aborrecido de la vida en el carro. Y
That
viene
seems a little much. That seems a little much, but go ahead.
Yeah, I know. En el trailer se da una manera, en la película se
Exacto.
como que completa.
Tienes razón por la cual está pasando. En el contexto de lo que acaba de suceder, it makes sense. But he did kind of ham it up a little bit for the camera, like I think, or whatever.
Pero a mí me da risa porque cuando fue como una línea bien estúpida que me dijo la persona que estaba al lado mío, que dijo como que, I guess he really has no time to die. Y yo como que me quedé callado y siguió el trailer y mi mente empezó a hacer clac, 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 como que encajaron piezas y yo, motherfucker. Y cuando vi la película, yo, motherfucker, la persona no estaba conmigo, pero yo miré el asiento vacío como que, motherfucker, como que me hiciste encajar algo con una línea estúpida.
Yeah.
Pero la película toca muchas cosas, man, y también a mí me gusta que tengan consecuencias el trayecto de muchas acciones a lo largo del tiempo. Hay películas que no tocan eso y a mí me encabrona. Como que ya este personaje, como empezó en la franquicia y como termina en la franquicia, tú te das cuenta que sí le afectaron eventos. Lo que pasa es que, pues, como te digo, tenía que pasar un tiempo necesario para que se activaran esos eventos dentro de él otra vez. Yo creo que este cabrón ya estaba jodido desde Quantum of Solace. Emocionalmente ya le estaba como que jodido desde Quantum of Solace. En Casino Royale el tipo estaba como que, chévere. Pero fue bueno. I'm glad. Bueno, no voy a decir mi línea. I'm glad. I'm glad.
How can I say it? Like, again, to me, it was just closure with this movie. It's not without its faults. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not without its faults. It's not a perfect movie. Tiene su falta. Pero me sentí like, en verdad, muerto en la drama. And like, as the movie went on, they had highs, lows, and I was in for the fucking ride. One thing I will say is Rami Malek's character is kind of a disservice to that actor. I don't know if it's because of the way they wrote him or the directing they gave him. Like, this is what we want out of you. But I've seen him do way better shit than that.
Yep.
I've seen him do way better shit than that.
Me dijeron lo mismo. Yo creo que esa es la crítica, que todo el mundo está como que, like, coming together y afirmándolo, porque no fuiste la única persona en decirlo, porque tengo una amiga de la universidad que ella la fue a ver, she was super hyped, y también bien fanática de Rami Malek, y dijo exactamente lo que tú acabas de decir.
Yeah, like I think they might have hampered down, or maybe there's like, I know Orengo hates this, but maybe there's a director's cut somewhere.
But it's so long as it is. Like, what else could there be missing?
I don't know that, but this character doesn't. His character doesn't feel like.
Does it feel incomplete? Does it feel like the movie was chopped up like, say, a Venom?
No.
But
I don't think so.
There's probably not a director's cut.
Then maybe the way he was written just fucking sucks. Honestly, because I understand this. First of all, this villain, they give him a backstory, but to me, he came out of left field.
Yeah.
Like, they did give him a backstory. Yeah, exacto. O sea, le dieron un backstory, lo cual he's linked to this series of movies, but it felt very ham-fisted. Like, it was just an excuse rather than an actual ploy to develop this character.
Hubiesen puesto el de Spectre. Honestamente, lo hubiesen puesto a él como el verdadero, like, final boss, por decirlo así.
Cuidado.
I mean, I know he shows up in the trailer.
Yeah, but that's another thing I want to touch. The way they handle certain elements of that group was like the most Ryan Johnson. I wipe my fucking ass with what you think about these people type of move. Like, it was like, tú tuviste un problema con esa película. Well, eat this. Like, that's my version of crowd pleasing. Oh, you hated it? Well, you got it. Like,
I feel like any writing concerns have to be addressed directly at Phoebe Waller-Bridge, because she was the one signed up to the studio to punch up the script. So, if you have any concerns, cuando veas Indiana Jones, you can just throw your popcorn at the screen when you see her face in the movie. No, I don't know. Like, I will ask you something, hablando de ella misma. Yo vi, creo que el review de Jeremy Jans. And he knew about the backstory de que ella sí estuvo involucrada in the writing process to punch up the script. Y él lo que me dio a entender era, and he said it in the review, que you can actually see the moments where it's scenes written by her and scenes that were originally placed in the movie as their own. Originally created y cosas que fueron reajustadas when she came abroad. Did you guys perceive that?
First of all, I have no idea who the fuck this person is.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. You'll see her in Indiana Jones 5. You're gonna hate her. Don't
But
worry.
has she written anything else that I've liked? What else has she written?
She did the show Fleabag. And she did a show The Killing Eve.
I haven't seen either, so
Okay.
I can't speak about her style of writing a character.
Comedy.
Y a mucha gente le gusta Killing Eve.
Yes.
Did you get any comedic?
No. I
From
said
the-
it's comedy. It's comedy.
Oh,
She
okay.
writes comedy.
But that's what I'm saying. I didn't. Either way, I didn't like the character, so I can't comment on there. What feels different? What? Because as a whole, I didn't really dig the villain and his motivations.
Okay.
Like honestly,
What about you, Deke? Did you notice any discrepancies from scene to scene? Donde había escenas que quizás estaban escritas por otra persona entirely.
Ya,
Okay, there you go.
eso fue una de las cosas que estaba hablando. Hay veces que se sientan mesas de escritores y yo creo que lo que define una muy buena mesa de escritores es cuando todos fluyen como que en unison y no se nota que hay muchas personas. Y aquí yo siento que habían dos escritores por lo menos que se odiaban.
I like that.
Y se sentía unas cositas. Yo decía como que aquí hay un power struggle interno. Y de hecho hasta en los créditos se nota también.
Pero tú
Lo
dices por
mismo.
los chistes.
No. Yo estoy diciendo como en escritura en total de la película.
Ok.
Y también los chistes se puede prestar un poco. Porque puede que alguien se lo haya estado tomando un poco más en serio y el otro como que no, pero tipo tiene que tener más humor, coño. Y alguien a lo mejor le dijo, pero es que este no es el mood de esta película, el humor no es para esta.
Because so like there are comedic moments in the movie or whatever, like lighthearted moments, but at the same time I feel like, dude, that's in every James Bond movie. Like he makes references to sex in a tongue-in-cheek way, and there's like jokes. So I don't know. I tell you this though, and we could get into this debate. Did you get, Decca, while you watch this movie, did you get the feeling that they blasphemized anything with the women being like these forefront of characters or being these overpowered women in the movie? Or
Que trataron de compensarla por las otras, tú dices.
no, o sea, la jodienda de, vamos a hablar claro, the whole thing of presenting women as equally strong as the 007 moniker, or you know, the whole woke culture of we have to have strong female protagonists in this movie because we're tired of seeing James Bond just be a male the whole time. Did you get that from this movie?
Está un poco difícil porque I kind of didn't and did at the same time. Como que había cositas que después cuando yo tuve como que un tiempo de introspección después de la película, como que me preguntaron en el momento y yo le dije como que let me digest some things, porque había cosas que like I needed to digest y había momentos que no sé si estaban ahí por hacerla sentir así o legítimamente estaba justificado en la historia. So, es como brincando así brevemente, es como la escena de Marvel que se siente forzada, que todas las mujeres en ese momento de la guerra se llamaron por el intercom y dijeron, mira, vamos a pararnos en esa piedrita y ayudar a Peter Parker. Pues es como que, like, es esa variable, que no sé si it was forced, es lo que quiero decir. Y no sé si en el futuro pues de la franquicia, esto que estén haciendo es por el futuro de la franquicia. So, ahí no sabría legitly decirte si fue forzado o no.
So I didn't feel it forced on us. Like honestly, like nothing in the interactions. I will say there was a female presence. There was a female presence in the movie or whatever. And they're strong women. They're not just there to be sexual instruments for James Bond. And they kind of allude to that in that scene where he meets the girl that has the moniker of 007 now. Like you're like, oh, he's just gonna take her back to the apartment. Yo, he's getting ready to fuck this chick. Like that's just the MO at this point. And it's just like, no, that's not what this shit is. You know what I mean? Like I appreciated that in the sense that it's just like it was cool. It's something different in the series. Now, I never got the sense that she was way better. They never pushed the angle of she's a way better version than James Bond. She's a way better 007 than James Bond. I never felt that in the movie. There's hardly any. How many times does she really even have front and center in this movie? Twice?
I think so.
Twice. And she's never one-upping James Bond. In other words, in any way, she's assisting him on, in things like, You know what I mean? So I didn't think that the whole woke culture, everything that everybody was freaking out about like, oh my god, they're gonna replace them with a female version, and it's gonna be like, I didn't really get that from this movie. And I'll go one step even further. I don't think we'll see a continuation of the story. I think this is it. Not even Daniel Craig's. I don't think we'll see these characters in the next. I think it's gonna be a reboot. I truly think it's gonna be a reboot.
En mi sala a mí me dio risa porque hubo gente que se quedó como si esto fuera un Marvel movie, como que esperando que saliera un end credit scene. I'm like, you're not gonna get anything else from this movie.
But I think I know what they were waiting for, and they got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pero,
and that to me says that we're not gonna get what everybody was afraid of, or what they're all flipping their minds over. We're gonna get another version of James Bond. We're not gonna get a female version of James Bond. Like, which to me at this point, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't give a shit. About the like, get the fuck over it. Honestly, like, if they go as far as naming it Jane Bond and they come out with something like that, like, dude, really, at this day and age. Pero you don't get that in the movie. You really don't. I don't get that in the movie. I did laugh at how everybody was blown away by ¿cómo se llama la chica? Well, she's beautiful.
Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas, whatever. I was impressed by her scene. But only because it looked like she was doing her own stunts. Right? Like, her scenes looked like they were choreographed by her. I didn't get the little bit of scene that the fight scenes that she had. I didn't feel like it was a body double. So, I mean, good on her. I was impressed. Like, I've never seen a movie where she's in an action sequence. So,
yo no he visto una película de ella que ella me decepcione, pero
yeah. Pero nunca he visto algo como que tengan escenas de pelea o escenas de acción. I've never, and
es que casi no se las dan tampoco.
Exactly. So
you're the token trophy, beautiful.
Exactly. So I mean, I enjoyed it. I was very entertained. I thought it was a classy send off to the character. The villain was a little and some of the scenes with the villain's choices, and like that weird scene at the end that he makes a decision regarding a hostage, and I was just like, can you do that? I was like, they did that. I was like, that works like that sometimes? Okay. All right, whatever. So I liked it. Or whatever. No creo que creo que el mayor fear que tenían todos los diehard fans, like, you can rest easy because I don't think they're gonna do that to your character. Your divine character. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that to your divine character.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I feel some diehard fans didn't like this movie that much.
Oh no, of course. Hay gente que no le gustó esta película.
But I think the same diehard fans haven't liked all of Daniel Craig's movies to begin with.
Of course.
I think those same people that are having that issue are still attached to the idea of James Bond should be this character that's enjoying the act of being this, secret agent,
having the license to kill. Yeah,
the license to kill, and the lifestyle of just fucking bitches and, pardon my French, but just like fucking women and being this misogynist dude that just lives for the thrill of being a secret agent. You know what I mean?
And having martinis shaken.
Exactly. I think they didn't like this interpretation to begin with, so I'm curious to see what they'll do with the next one. I really am.
It's funny. It's funny how martinis are mostly girly drinks. No sé, de todo esto fue como que lo más que siempre me... Wait, what?
But I think the trope comes from he orders it for a female.
Yeah, y le gusta.
I think that's why. I think that's where the actual the meme comes. Well, not the meme, but he in the first movie where they introduce it, he introduces
Royale,
it.
Él se lo pide a una mujer y él se queda con esa bebida.
No, pero antes de Casino Royale, lo de Martini o whatever, yo creo que es para, o sea, impresionar a una mujer. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah. Okay. It's just funny to me.
Yeah.
Pero esto más Henneken, like legitly.
Full. Medalla para Kurs.
Mi preocupación con este personaje moving forward es cómo tú lo puedes reinventar de nuevo. Sinceramente, like, that's my fear. Do you, like, let's say if you put somebody like Henry Cavill in the role, you better have much more than just a pretty face attached to the picture. Like, you're gonna have to do something to amaze us again this time around, because if not, then you fall into old territory.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? My bad, that was my rant.
No, it's
Don't worry, bro. Ok, pues vamos entonces a brincar a otro de los temas que Lex dejó. Este está chévere. Está chévere porque I have nothing to say.
ya empezamos.
Fight!
No guarden los guantes.
One of them
Vamos a
like, sí, que vosotros
Ya.
que no vale nada, una mierda.
Pero me voy a comprar el último libro para ver qué sale.
Full, exacto. No, chicha. Primer día, pero calladito, va a poner un hoodie para que no me vean.
Esto es un prequel, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Este es un prequel, yes.
Perfecto.
I'll let you guys
Okay,
go
pues.
first because go ahead.
Ah. Ya vi, Miguel, ya vi.
Okay.
Normal.
I'll explain to you later. I'll explain why that has heavy consequences or whatever.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Es un prequel. ¿Sabemos algo de ella? Porque, hablando claro, no me he puesto a buscar nada sobre ella porque no es que no la quiera ver, no es que no me interese, sino que no sé si se va a hacer, bueno, no sé si va a ser lo mismo que el último season de Game of Thrones, que se va a desviar totalmente de lo que ya sabemos por los libros. So, tampoco me voy a buscar tanto como que me voy a meter a dive into the books and shit, yeah. O sea, tampoco me voy a meter tanto en source material porque ¿qué pasa si es totalmente diferente? O sea,
Is there
totalmente
source
diferente.
material?
No, por eso es lo que yo quise razón, ese source material y cómo se va a desviar de eso, o si la van a hacer bastante fiel, o cómo la van a tratar, you know. Esto es como que era dinero, pero mucho dinero que va a invertir HBO,
Yes.
porque hacer escenarios medievales no es nada fácil.
Pero ustedes escucharon el rumor de por qué esta serie está surgiendo, ¿verdad? No sé si habían escuchado el rumor. Y like it kind of makes logistic to me. Esta serie
Ya.
está hecha para competir con la de Lord of the Rings, para ellos no perder el auge de como que somos los duros en series medievales. So, yo digo como que good for them. Que like I really quiero que los dos estudios entonces se pompen para
Sí.
ver el máximo de los productos. So, en ese sentido, I'm pretty hype. En ese único sentido es que esta serie pues me rompe.
Una pregunta.
Es que dale, pregunta.
Los dos jodidos infelices directores que tuvieron que ver con la última temporada, ¿están envueltos de alguna manera en esto?
No.
they fully left.
A ellos inclusive ellos perdieron deals. Deals.
Somebody took them out to the back of the shed and put 2 bullet holes in them?
No.
Parece, en su carrera
okay.
sí.
Yeah.
Porque ellos llegaron a
What?
Ya lo
como
pusieron
que-
a pelear en an arena y el que perdiera se abría el de este y se iba.
Jokes on them, they both lost.
Pero yo creo que ellos llegaron a perderle hasta un contrato de una película por eso.
Perdieron el
Sí.
contrato de Netflix y perdieron el contrato con Star Wars.
Sí, exacto.
Ya lo está bien, cabrón. Que tú pierdas.
It's because they fucked up the last season y todos esos estudios se cagaron.
Es que a millón el episodio, por
A mí
8
me
episodios, 7, 8 episodios, o sea, por bien poquitos episodios, y que la serie entera sea una porquería, o sea, está brutal. Yo también cancelaría cualquier otro tío.
No, pero esa
en la
última temporada era arte, puro arte. It was really
Era
good.
millón el
It was
episodio. I'm pretty sure it's way more than that.
No, pero yo digo a millón el
Era lo
episodio
más
por
costoso, ha sido la-
sí.
Full,
Pero
tenía
yo lo
como
digo
10
por
millones, ¿no?
generalizar.
Una cosa así, ¿verdad? Era como 10 millones cada
Sí.
episodio. Yo mami que sí. I feel like it was like almost 100 million that season.
Y como ellos
específicamente.
estaban
Sí.
perdiendo dinero, pues ahí fue que ellos incluyeron Starbucks. Ellos son unos genios, o sea,
O sea,
ellos como que they were
That's cute.
marketing geniuses.
fíjate, ese siendo uno de los primeros episodios, y al ver eso, en vez de hacerlo como que, en vez de haber seguido lo que pasó, en vez de haber seguido como que el tren de los memes, debimos decir, coño, tan mala está. Eso fue como que un early on sign y nadie se dio cuenta hasta que
Pero ahí
empezó.
hubo un 50-50, porque el estudio yo creo que respondió súper rápido en el sentido de que, papi, toda esa gente rápido, ese episodio dejó de existir y rápido remaster
Sí,
hicieron
pero-
la otra versión.
Sí,
So,
eso sí.
yo no lo jugué mucho por esa parte y to
Eso
be
pasa.
fair, to be
Eso
completely
pasa.
fair,
Eso
eso pasa. Lo que
Hasta
pasó
con películas
después-
grandes.
Por eso,
Sí.
lo
Y
que
había
pasó-
ya pasado anteriormente, con una botella de
Una
agua.
botella de agua, correcto.
Y qué sé yo,
Y
pero-
alguien creo que se llevó un reloj para un episodio.
Sí,
si no me
sí,
equivoco.
sí. Ya.
Estaba también de repente se ve el reloj. Es como que nice. Pero yo digo como que qué habrá como pasado en ellos de qué les habrá pasado en ese season. Genuinamente tú tienes una serie que era la más vista. O sea, ¿por qué el estudio todo el mundo como que fuck, let's not fuck this up, vamos a hacer historia? Tuvieron el chance de hacer historia. Es decir,
Porque los creadores se iban.
pero
So,
es
el
que
compromise fue ese. Ese fue el compromise. HBO dijo, pues fine, pero dame un último season. They're like, fine, te lo voy al viejo chavo porque me quiero ir por carajo.
ya lo van a. Eso es bien triste.
Es una mierda, yo sé, es frustrante. Es totalmente frustrante. Pero pues, se ve cool. Like, yo vi el trailer, se ve fine. No sé si es porque yo estaba viendo mucho behind the scenes que se habían spoileado hace como unos meses atrás. And all I saw was like these people just in deserts and beaches. Y como el trailer vi gente en deserts and beaches, pues como que me dio el feeling de que why is everyone just outside in deserty areas with no people? Like, I don't understand este universo todavía. I'm a little confused.
Sí.
I believe que es porque está en una isla. I think the lore es que los Targaryens viven en una isla, so maybe that's why it's a lot of like beaches. Pero obviamente on a technical level, on a quality level, se ve fantástico. Ahora todo siempre tendrá que ver con los characterizations y el storytelling. Porque los dragones se ven majestuosos y los landscapes y los vistas se verán cabrones y whatever, pero it all boils down to if they get the characters right and if the story is engaging enough, realmente. So,
Isn't it a funny world we live in where Lord of the Rings takes out a series that wants to be like Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones takes out a series that wants to compete with Lord of the Rings? Like,
and Lord of the Rings quiere copiarse de Game of Thrones.
Por eso te estoy diciendo, like,
quiere ser un Game of
Por
Thrones.
eso.
That's what I'm saying.
Por
Pero
eso yo quiero
piénsalo.
ver esa pelea entre ellas dos.
Piénsalo, cuando hay algo de fantasía, me gusta la competencia porque cuando hay algo de fantasía en la televisión o en el cine, es solamente una cosa. Por muchos años después tuvimos Lord of the Rings, pasaron muchos años, llegó Hobbit. O sea, no voy a incluir a Harry Potter porque ya es fantasía, ya es otro tipo de fantasía.
Sí,
yo digo
Harry
fantasía
Potter,
medieval.
Exacto.
Harry Potter es
en
otro
ese
pente.
sentido no tiene competencia porque no hay otras películas de wizards así tan influenciales como esa.
Exacto. De nuevo, o sea, Hobbit, ahora que vamos a tener la próxima entrega de Dungeons and Dragons, pero esos son otros 20 pesos.
Are we getting a Willow sequel?
Ya, supuestamente un remake. Supuestamente un remake.
Oh, really?
One of those.
Yeah.
Supuestamente
un remake.
Sequel, remake o sequel.
Spin-off, like limited run series.
Yeah.
Something.
Pero me gusta la competencia por eso. I think we need more fantasy. Siempre lo he dicho, we need more fantasy movies or series or something.
Pero done right. Like,
sí, exacto, done right.
Por eso es que a mí me pompea la competencia, porque a lo mejor estos dos se inspiran y de repente otro estudio dice, espérate, yo quiero meterme en esa pelea también, vamos a hacer otra cosa, y buscan algo y sacan un IP que no hemos pensado nunca en verlo adaptado.
Y
Marco Polo.
No, ya Amazon ha tirado. Sí,
pero yo pensaste en Marco Polo, pero yo pensé algo bien estúpido.
Dale,
yo pensé en el juego de la piscina, pero taken like to the maximum level.
Oh my God.
Yes, por favor.
No, mira, me da gracia porque Amazon ahora mismo está apostando mucho a series de fantasía. Porque no es la única que va a tener. O sea, Lord of the Rings no va a ser la única que va a tener. En ese segue, pues tiró lo de Vox Machina, que por fin lanzaron. No lanzaron trailer per se. Ellos estaban en New York Comic Con, el cast de Critical Role, hicieron un live read de un snippet de un episodio, lo cual está súper cool, porque es bien caótico, y tiraron el opening sequence, which is amazing. Enseñan muchas cosas que pasaron en el juego como tal, en el live stream, en el show, y mano, no sé, si ellos están cogiendo todos estos elementos de toda esta serie y todos estos elementos about fantasy, medieval fantasy and things that has to do with D&D, creo que la van a pegar porque nadie más está tirando esa ruta. Ni Netflix, ni Hulu, ni HBO. Bueno, ahora pues, obviamente estaba Game of Thrones, pero pues, they fucked up that. Y ahora con House of Dragons, so,
sí.
Es bien poquito, es bien poco. Pero ya, febrero 4 de 2022, super hype para The Legend of Vox Machina.
What's the release date on the other stuff? What's the release date on the Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings todavía no tiene, supuestamente querían tirarla para el año que viene, pero yo no veo eso posible, maybe 2023.
Sí, porque se siguen atrasando because they had to redo, I think, the pilot or half of the season all over again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because they really want to get it right. That or they have a chaos in their hands.
That or they're scattered fucking coffee
las
cups
dos.
everywhere in the
Una de las dos está pasando, sí, definitivamente las dos.
Okay, so House of the Dragon va a salir enero 1 de 2022.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay. Enero,
like
first of January?
Yeah, 1st of January.
Whoa, that's right around the corner, dude.
Yeah. La ley en español, pero viéndola en inglés. What the fuck. Y septiembre 2 va a ser Lord of the Rings.
Sí, yo me acuerdo de esa fecha. Porque me acuerdo haberlo puesto en movie.
Está heavy.
Metaverse, no podemos, yo por lo menos no puedo postear tu comentario en este momento porque el DJ o el director está fuera del, pero sí contamos, The Witcher sí lo contamos. I've heard mixed reviews. I've watched the series. Like, I didn't think it was the worst thing I've seen, but.
Pero Miguel.
Yeah.
Espérate. Oh no, el chiste no va a quedar. Okay. Miguel. Toss a coin to your Witcher.
To your Witcher. Oh, Valley of Plenty. That might be the best thing from that whole series.
She was so beautiful. Yo estaba con esa canción pegada semanas, malditas semanas.
Yo cuento Witcher. Lo que pasa es que el primer season estuvo chévere, pero no, exacto, para mí, no sé, fue bien nada que ver porque yo no supe que todo era retrospección y en distintos timelines, lo que cada uno pasaba como hasta el 6º episodio o casi
cuando fue reveal de que
cuando es más, cuando ellos estaban peleando en one of the castles, que estaba Siri, cuando empezaron a matar todo el mundo, ahí fue cuando yo entendí que era en distintos timelines, hay 3 timelines y todo era como que en algún momento va a ser, I don't know, así se va a caer uno encima de otro porque es que I don't know else how to explain it, porque así fue que yo lo sentí. Como que, todo va a caer en uno y es como que, this is going to make sense at the last second of the episode. And
the time jumps were very disjointing. I'm going to be honest with you.
For the sake of a twist, lo cual yo digo, si hubieras hecho lineal y ya, that would have actually been more interesting to some degree.
And then some of the stuff with like I felt like the visuals and the special effects kind of showed their ugly side.
Sí, y no le voy a quitar mérito a Witcher porque sí, it's a very good fantasy setting. El juego ha tenido video game RPGs.
¿Te puedo ver? Te estoy viendo.
She noticed you. She actually noticed you. Y se va a esconder. I think she told me, oh, I'm going to make nachos. And I was like, yes.
Only if you ship us nachos to each one of our houses can you able to be.
I would have to
consume.
Yeah.
Yo estoy seguro, but mine is doable.
Yeah. Pero Witcher yo lo considero y yo tengo los libros, por lo menos los primeros 3 libros y eso, y I do have the video games and everything, pero no sé, Netflix tampoco es santo de mi devoción ni tampoco voy a alabarlo por a rush half good series.
It was okay. Again, like I wasn't blown away by it, but I mean, I watched it. I got through it. There's series that like I literally can't get through, and I just quit. Like this one, actually, I watched the whole thing.
Pero let's not como que downplay Witcher.
No, obviamente.
10, no es porque los viewership numbers están bien absurdamente altos.
Sí, porque es que pero es eso, mala mía, pero es eso, es la falta de contenido de fantasy o whatever, porque en su momento era la única cosa. Yeah. Por lo menos era la única cosa en cuestión de que it was good. No, en Netflix no. Es que si tú me pones aquí, mira, aquí hay cosas related to House of Dragon and Lord of the Rings, como Shadow and Bone, yo la empecé a ver, and it was, to me, no es que era mala, it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
También en su momento estuvo Once Upon a Time, pero es una serie que it's taking on other tropes y son cosas que ya hemos visto, pero de manera moderna. No sé, como que el hard fantasy, like hardcore fantasy de que estamos viendo dragones, knights, cosas que podemos relate to other things. Por ejemplo, el papá de los pollitos, que es Lord of the Rings. Como que siempre hay bien poco, y de lo bueno podemos mencionar bien poco también. No sé.
Yeah,
No, I agree.
very much so agree.
¿De qué?
Pero continúen.
Ok, ¿cuál es el próximo tema? Déjenme ver, perdóname.
¿De qué se va?
No, que si quieren terminar el tema, pues chévere, pero si quieren seguir abundando, pero
A lot of
en eso.
bitches and hopefully there's dragons eventually.
Pero
Good
tú sabes
looking
que-
dragons.
Tú sabes que lo que pasó con Fantasía fue que yo entiendo que donde algunos programas como que trataron de hacer otro tipo de spin-off con la fantasía, y me di cuenta fue como ustedes llegaron a ver Carnival Row, que era
But the
Carnival Row,
HBO
¿qué se llama?
series? You talk about the HBO series?
Yeah, I think it's an Amazon series. I'm not.
¿Cómo se llama? No.
Oh, the one with
Con Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom and
It's like a crime mystery fantasy series.
I didn't see it.
It's Pirates of the Caribbean, yes.
Ajá. Ya, pero que ellos tratan de modernizar como que la fantasía. Entonces no tenemos como fantasía medieval. Entonces después muchos programas se empiezan a ir por esa línea, y me recuerdo que cuando salió Carnival Row, yo estaba bien pompeado. Yo no sé si vaya, yo estoy diciendo el nombre bien. Puede que esté
Yo no sé qué es Carnival Row, ya la encontré, no te preocupes.
Pero cuando salió, me acuerdo que siempre que empiezan a pegar series, por decirlo así, estas series inclinan a que otras series hagan lo mismo, que fue pues lo que está pasando ahora con la de Lord of the Rings. Y cuando Lord of the Rings va a salir, de repente pues pompió esta, y otra vez como, vamos a hacer otro season, no nos pueden destronar. Pero cuando pasó con Carnival Row, me recuerdo que estaban rápido como que quemando los rumores de que iba a venir una serie de los Outdoors de Harry Potter, que vendría siendo como los Magical Affairs. Y
Sí.
yo había leído como que de lo que iba a tratar, y yo como que shit, estaba bien pompeado, pero como Carnival Row no hizo los números que pensaban que iban a hacer, entiendo que el mismo Warner Brothers dijo, no tenemos que ensuciarnos las manos como para retomar ese spot que tienen los wizards y la magia.
And we'll just make Fantastic Beasts instead.
Exacto.
Yeah.
Sí, ellos tenían Fantastic
What's your beef with Fantastic Beasts?
The first one's boring as shit.
Ya, la primera es boring.
bro.
Yo las estoy
Loco, pero ¿qué te pasa? It's boring. Yo me quedo dormido legit. I really fall asleep.
I fucking love
Like-
those two movies.
There you go.
I love them more than the Harry Potter series. Come at me,
¿Qué?
bro. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro.
Loco, ¿qué te gusta? ¿Te gusta un fetch quest pasando en una película?
No,
That-
I
does that-
like
¿Tú has
their
leído, by the way,
outdo-
Miguel,
I
¿tú has
like-
leído Fantastic Beasts Where to Find Them?
Are you a libro?
No,
I didn't
no.
know.
El libro, para que sepan la inspiración de la película.
I haven't
La
read
película
the
se
book.
inspira. Por
I
eso,
haven't read the
pero
book, but I know
have
that's but it's not a story. It's nothing more than
it's
like
not
a
a
beast
story,
guide.
por
It's
eso,
a guide to
eso es lo
beasts or whatever.
gracioso. Como que ellos están basando esto en como pues en los
Es un
otros
libro de
libros.
biología.
El libro de exacto.
You know what?
Y
Yeah,
entonces-
I can see it. I can see that it's literally just every 5 minutes they're throwing a creature from the book.
Correcto. Y entonces
Dude,
el problema que tiene esta
I
película
like
es
Salamander. All
no,
right.
no, el Newt está chévere. Like,
And I like the love story elements that both
Espérate.
movies have. I really
Okay.
fuck with those elements hard. They feel very adultish to me.
Very
Honestly.
Yeah,
You're right.
Déjame-
y
Adultish.
tienen child murdering en la segunda, so yeah, I guess that's
Ooh,
our
espérate,
cup of
there's
tea.
child murder in the second one? Now I'm intrigued.
Bro, ahogaron
Yeah,
un
I'm
bebé
intrigued.
en la segunda.
Yo nunca vi la segunda.
Attempt-
I didn't care about the
attempt
first one.
child
Why would I see the
murder.
second one?
Attempt child murder.
A baby dies in the first O sea, en la 2 mueren 2 bebés en
Pero tú
2
sabes
escenas
qué,
diferentes.
¿tú sabes qué? En la primera Harry Potter, a kid almost died. A child
Yeah.
almost died. So
But
let's
those
not
kids are
kid
always-
ourselves.
But does it really hit hard? No, because those kids are always in fucking danger.
Pero what about the fourth
They
one?
literally have a malnourished kid under the stairs. Like
Come on, so the fourth
There-
one,
there-
There is
the kid
actually a
died.
quote. There is actually a quote within the movies. Oh,
Gracias,
why,
Oscar,
why is it
gracias.
always?
Always you 3.
Why is it always you three?
Frankly,
Okay.
I ask
Into trouble,
myself
yeah.
that too. A mí me
Yeah.
encanta cuando Ron le responde como que
Que
hasta
como
luego.
que, duh. You know, why is always you three? Is it because
yo volví a
JK is such
ver-
a hack she can't think of another character to do this?
Oscar, la pelea que estamos teniendo es que a mí me encanta la de Amazing Beasts, Fantastic Beasts.
You don't even know what you like.
Me gusta más que la de serie de Harry Potter. I like more than the movies or whatever, than the Harry Potter movies. And Orengo's basically saying that he wipes his ass with those movies, that they're garbage.
Yo solo hice la primera y me quedo el mío. So...
¿Tú no has visto la segunda?
No, genuinamente no la vi. Yo después de ver la
Pues,
primera...
para que sepas algo irónico y gracioso. Like, the first one, en el sentido, ok, fue entretenida, pero no era tan entretenida que tuvieron que forzar ciertas cosas en la segunda. Tuvieron que traer a Dumbledore, tuvieron que traer más lore conectado pues a Harry Potter, o sea, como genuinamente a las películas de Harry Potter. Name dropping a más no poder. O sea, habían escenas que cronológicamente, like, y lo estoy hablando bien en serio, cronológicamente.
Pero they name drop from the first movie a lot.
Pero en la segunda más.
No, la segunda, yes. In the second one, they go full circle. With
like
a lot
full
of
circle.
They literally take a character from the movies and bring him into the
Por eso en la segunda, pero en la primera se siente más orgánico porque son como que están tirándose como que entre ellos las líneas de mi escuela es mejor que la tuya y como que I doubt it, Hogwarts es lo mejor. Como que se tiran menos name drop porque se ve menos forzado. Pero en la segunda es como que porque lo que pasa es que yo tuve que ver todas estas películas como que esta semana, like legitly, después al final del episodio les puedo contar por qué es que tuve que ver todas las películas, pero me molestó tanto eso que en la segunda ellos no creyeron, a mí me estaba gustando esto porque no estaba tan vinculado al mundo de Harry Potter, se sentía its own thing, y en la segunda fue como que, no, I'm sorry, vamos a... No,
y la tercera ni se diga.
Bro, la tercera se llama Secrets of Dumbledore.
Por eso, esa es súper... That's it. Super committed.
Ya ellos dijeron.
¿Tú sabes lo que me frustró la primera? Voy a ser sincero. Ok, la primera was kind of okay with it. Oh, pero de que los planes de J.K. siempre estuvo a traer Voldemort, Nagini, etc. Una serie internacional. Wait, internacional, like for everybody, or like aparte de las teorías.
Pero
¿Qué significa ser internacional?
Una pregunta. ¿En qué tú te basas en ese comentario? Porque los planes de J.K. no estaban claros en la primera. Porque para empezar, la primera no es de J.K., es de otro director. Ahí no está ella tan envuelta.
Algo así mismo iba a decir.
Dale, Oscar, pelea. Eres un link, Oscar, para que entres aquí y pelees con nosotros. Pero es que siempre iba a ser Grindelwald, Dumbledore facing off.
Ok, sí, chévere, pero.
Lo
JK no tiene nada que ver. Ahí habla el estudio, los chavos y el director.
Por eso JK le quita. O sea, no es que le quita.
Ella está ahí a veces.
Ella está ahí, pero es como un consultant. No tiene tanto poder como en la otra.
Pero she not write the scripts? I thought.
Para esta, ¿no?
Ok, yo correctamente era que she wrote the 5 scripts y eran sus 5 películas. ¿No?
Lo que pasó fue que el lore de que yo, porque lo bueno de estas de Harry Potter, o sea, de todas estas franquicias es que cuando a mí me empezaron a contar más de estas, de lo que es como que todo el market del Wizarding World.
Está súper envuelta, se basó en 30. Exacto, my assumption era que el deal con ella fue, ok, tú quieres ser escritora de películas, ok, toma, escribe guiones. Entonces ella escribió 5, a mi entender, y eso eran los 5 películas que forzadamente, aunque la segunda no hizo chavo, they were gonna keep making, porque I think it's like a contractual thing, they have to do them at this point.
Pero lo único que yo estoy diciendo es que a veces no importa quién la escriba, el director, los chavos y el que pregue con eso hace lo que le da la gana como quiera, porque si no, no tuviésemos tantos rebulos y estuviésemos hablando de esto y de lo malo que tiene.
Of course.
I'll
say this. I don't think we'll be seeing her on. I don't think they'll be taking her. I don't think they'll be taking her criticism a lot lately.
Yeah.
Hay cosas que el estudio. Pues mira, te voy a decir algo, Oscar. Te voy a decir algo. A mí, antes de que
sí.
Me gusta, Oscar.
Oscar, me gusta. Pues antes de que existiera todo este concepto de podcast y de como que ser cool, por sonar cool, pues yo leía estos libros.
¿Verdad que sí? De que
Yo leí
Leíamos estos libros.
y a mí yo era el personaje clásico que me bulleaban por leer libros y por saberme estas mierdas. Pues,
¿Verdad que sí?
Las opiniones de que no necesariamente representan todos los pensamientos de este
Ya
podcast.
estamos. Ok, sigan
Ya
ahí.
que está representando mis pensamientos en estos momentos.
Okay.
así que, Oscar, búscate tu varita y vamos, hacemos un duelo. Y,
El chiste,
y
el
yo
chiste es que
digo,
el chiste es que él tira la varita. O
Pelea.
Oscar tira la estúpida varita.
Pelea de vara.
Yo puedo pelear también, yo tengo 5.
Yo
tiene
tengo-
la-
Celi, tú
¿Quién
sé,
tiene
por
la
favor,
vara más grande entre DK
Give me
y
a
Oscar?
second.
Hacemos un duelo.
Wingardium Leviosa. Espérate, ahora. ya
Espérate,
aparece la
mi
varita.
tatuaje cuenta. Mi tatuaje cuenta.
Sí, todo.
Ok. Porque a veces dicen, "Ay, pero te hiciste un tatuaje, pero tú no eres suficientemente fan".
Es que
Yo
eso
lo
es
leí,
lo
actually. De
gracioso,
las pocas
como
cosas que
que
he leído en mi vida.
A mí genuinamente, estos libros,
Ya se va la tercera. Dumbledore, we already know. What secrets are missing?
es gracioso porque we all know the secrets. Y es como que está gracioso lo que va a ser la tercera película. Los que no hayan leído el libro, they're gonna flip the fuck out. Como que I know, y va a ser bien gracioso. Like, está estúpido que la gente se va a friquear, y me molesta que la gente se va a friquear con la tercera parte. Y de verdad, como que don't be stupid.
Sí.
Como que, pero yo estoy bien pompeado para todo lo que viene,
Yo
así
leí
como
los
que
primeros 4 antes que salieran las películas. I'm that bitch. Oh, spicy.
Yo
Oscar,
leí
pues,
los primeros dos en español.
exacto, yo tengo los
Yo fui al library y sin querer quería leer los libros y me llevé el segundo. Sin querer, sin leer el primero.
Ay, pasó la misma mierda. Yo me compré el segundo and I was so confused when I was reading it.
I was like, what? I was literally reading. I'm like, why do these characters keep referring to each other like they've been on adventures before?
A las 50 páginas, I looked at my mother, was so young, yo, mami, ¿por qué este libro? Y cuando después salió la parte de atrás, y decía, ay, mi amor, es que te compramos el que no era yo.
As a teenager, I was like, either
te
this
compraste
book
la
is,
cámara de los secretos.
I was like, either this book is bad, either this book is badly written, or they're talking like they've known each other for ages, and me as a reader doesn't know a goddamn thing about any of these people.
Yeah, it was funny. It was so hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow, tío.
Esto, diablo, es que Harry Potter es como que I really love that era. Yo no había revisitado, yo genuinamente no había. Está bien, Oscar, yo te quería sin tú saber, sí, yo sabía que tú habías
Me
leído los
hace
libros.
quererte un poco. Porque yo
Un
sé lo que
poquito,
quiere decir,
vale.
es un chin-chin.
Un chispito.
Va.
Pero Oscar, después de corazón debatimos, me gustaría un debate
Ma-
genuinamente.
Por favor, yo quiero ver eso.
Mayormente le gana el odio en el corazón de él sobre ti, pero por lo menos te quiere un
Ay,
poquito.
Sí, sí.
Entre
Probablemente
amor y odio, you know.
Exacto, probablemente Oscar me está pensando como su próximo Horcrux. No es cariño ni nada. Él quiere que yo sea uno de los.
Entre Oscar y tú, ¿quién es el Grindelwald y quién es el Dumbledore?
Ahí no sabría decir, yo no conozco.
Oscar es el Grindelwald. I mean, I don't know why you have to think about
Yeah,
it so
that's
much.
that's the dumbest question I've ever heard. Like this overly positive motherfucker up here. It's like
Exacto. Es más, I know for a fact que Oscar tiene like a pseudo otra personalidad, como pasa con Grindelwald, que se convierte de Colin Firth a Johnny Depp at the end. I know for a fact que Oscar tiene otro look completo.
Ay, Dios mío, es que generalmente, ya antes de que empezara este episodio, yo he estado toda esta semana viendo las de Harry Potter. Yo no las quería volver a ver por la sencilla razón de que no quería criticar una franquicia que significó tanto para mí, pues como que...
Oscar.
Oh, look at that. You're a
Oscar.
Hufflepuff? I don't know, you're
Slytherin.
Slytherin too.
Better get that straight.
Que se está yendo con el... There you go. Nice.
Por
¿Qué
Oscar,
casa
Oscar,
tú
por
eres,
Oscar.
Oscar? Yo soy Hufflepuff, by the way.
No, Oscar lo dice. Él dice Slytherin, pero yo siempre lo vi como un Hufflepuff. No sé por qué.
Yo soy
¿Verdad que
Hufflepuff según Pottermore.
Thank you. You're the second person that agrees with me. Yo pensé lo mismo. Yo pensé que era un Hufflepuff. For some
No,
reason.
yo cogí saben, no hay madre, a mí siempre me ha salido Slytherin.
¿De verdad? Pues sabrás que yo conozco un montón de gente. Ahora ya el episodio se volvió en otra cosa,
Está
¿verdad?
bien, it's fine.
Yo conozco un montón de gente y yo conozco Ravenclaw, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, pero no conozco ni un solo jodido Gryffindor. Como que
Yo sé.
legitly.
Oh, who the hell is pure of heart?
Por eso es como
Yo
que who's brave enough and courageous and como que
Eso es como los Starks. You know what happened to those.
ajá.
¿Tú sabes
Full
qué?
circle there.
It's funny, and I don't mean this in the, Sorry, I don't mean to shame my friends or anything.
There you go.
I don't mean to shame my friends or anything, pero para ser Gryffindors, they don't have much courage porque ellos le tienen miedo a muchas cosas. Like, it's very funny, es bien irónico. Tienen muchas otras cosas que sí, que tú puedes decir, oh yeah, that screams Gryffindor, pero ellos a veces son bien cobardes con muchas cosas.
All right.
Pues, by the way, espera, para brincar al segue, quiero decir algo especial en el episodio de hoy. Pues para que lo sepan, esto es como que a final de mes, ustedes saben que pues yo estoy invertido en el festival, pero este año nosotros tenemos los 15 años de Harry Potter. Y nosotros vamos a poner las últimas 2 películas otra vez en el cine. Y vamos a tener eso, pero la cuestión es que yo voy a ser el freaking host de un duelo en realidad de Harry Potter, donde las personas van a poder hacer Wizard Dueling y yo voy a ser pues el jurado. Yo estuve creando esa preciosidad todo este tiempo y vamos pues a finalmente pues a hacer competencia donde va a haber un premio súper brutal que va a valer la pena pues tirarse a bala cadabra y matarse allí por él. ¿Puedes participar?
No participar. Pregunta que yo hago. ¿Va a presentar las últimas 2?
Ajá.
¿En el mismo bloque o van a estar separados?
En el mismo bloque, en el sentido de que va a tener un intermedio como si fuera Titan. Yes. Ese intermedio es que
that's how
llega...
it's supposed to be seen. Nice, I appreciate it. Oscar dice que va a pichar el trabajo full.
Oscar, yo te digo al final del episodio cuál es el día oficial del torneo, pero lamentando, Oscar no vas a poder duelear conmigo porque yo soy el jurado. Pero después nos vamos al parking.
Quería era eso.
Nos vamos al parking.
Street rules. There are no rules.
Street rules. Ahí no hay bala cadabra, es apuñalar con la vara. Bueno, pero ya le metimos mucho a Harry Potter y gracias Lex por darnos segue a como un mejor tema que Game of Thrones.
Que viva Vox Máquina.
Yeah.
Todos hablamos de algo que nos gustó. Es como,
sí.
Game of Thrones, whatever. Ok, ya hablamos de...
Después hacemos un video hablando de esa pendeja más a fondo porque quisiera hacer como que una historia esa de why is that like my hypest most hype show ever para mí en este momento, pero ya. Continue.
Okay. Entonces, vamos ahora oficialmente a hablar del New York Comic Con.
No tenía que esperar tanto.
Ese iba a ser el último tema, pero yo dije, no, vamos a ponerlo ahora. Como que... ustedes me tienen que poner el día genuinamente de corazón, mi gente. Me enteré de lo de Resident Evil con ustedes. Casi todo lo que me he enterado es con ustedes hoy. So, ustedes hablen ahí, yo soy como los anfitriones, me estoy enterando con ustedes. Ustedes me entendieron.
Ya, no te preocupes, no te rompas. Yo no puedo casi hablar hoy. Tengo la nariz fañosa, yo te entiendo. Pues lo primero que yo vi de New York Comic Con fue que revelaron y dieron un teaser de la nueva película de Dragon Ball. Superhero. Normal. A la mayoría de las personas no le gustó la animación para nada.
Se parece un juego, se parece literalmente a las gráficas de los juegos.
Sí, me tiró me dio un mini throwback a Xenoverse por alguna razón y pues, ni siquiera ni al último que salió, fue a Xenoverse, literal.
Pero el framework está bien chunky, no me gustó, como que literalmente los personajes se ven como que moviéndose así, me dio cosas.
Sí, como que para poder parece que están glitchados, no sé, parece yo creo que o fuiste tú que fue Miguel después que me dijo, eso parece algo straight out of Yakuza.
Oh no, I said it was funny because I was like, wait a second. So the villain, from what I got from that short trailer, the villain is introduced by like a mafia archetype. So basically, it's Goku versus the Yakuzas.
Solo recibo una army otra vez. Los enemigos.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought, but I didn't see it. They had the emblem or whatever.
Sí,
I didn't see the.
Los personajes le hicieron como comparativas de los personajes originales y ellos, y caen ahí de que son ellos.
Okay. It fits.
Not bad.
I wasn't too thrilled with the animation either. I mean, it looks okay, but we're from the different generation. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that the more recent fans are probably really hyped about it. You know what I'm saying? But since we were around for the originals, like all the way to the freaking Dragon Ball, they I don't know. super crappy. It might be a generational thing again. Like I wasn't too thrilled about the animation style, but
Yeah.
you know,
A
it
mí
is
me
what it is.
molesta que yo espero que eso sea algo que ellos vayan a arreglar o algo, o que esto sea
Sí.
como el teaser de cuando tiraron la de Broly, que solamente lo único que salía era Goku brincando y después ellos arreglaron un poco eso y fluyó mucho mejor. Pero
Yo espero que sí, porque están tirando muchas series que quieren tener este estilo realista, pero tienen ese mismo movimiento como que bien unnatural y quieren ser realistas al mismo tiempo con los colores, pero Dragon Ball no es nada para hacer una animación realista.
para nada, esa es la
y,
única, no se presta para eso.
y mucho menos con la animación que está ahí, es como que, am I really watching a game? Todo se centra en eso.
De hecho, si
Exacto.
ustedes han visto las últimas películas relacionadas con Super, la mayoría tienen una microsecuencia que ellos se van a esa animación de ese trailer.
Yeah.
Pero el hecho de que lo hagan entonces a la inversa ahora y la mayoría de la película sea así, me expliqué un poco, porque a mí esa era la parte que no me gustaba de las películas. En las películas, cuando de repente se iban en gráficas 3D y ellos peleando, ese era el micro momento en la película que me perdían. Y ahora esta película, después saliendo la de Super, la de Broly, que para mí la de Broly en fluidez ha sido una de las más cabronas, por decirlo así. Pues tiene un motion que tú te quedas como que, damn, y ellos brincan de esta super película a como esta calidad y que me preocupa.
Sí.
Y le da un buen plot al personaje. Esa película está amazing, de verdad. Yo la vi en mayo.
Yo nunca hubiese pensado que le hubiesen dado un fucking character arc a Broly. A mí eso me voló la cabeza.
Que básicamente han diseñado para ser just a huge wall.
Exacto. Pero ya estaba overdue, no es por nada. Ya era hora que le hicieran justicia a ese personaje porque ya lo empezaron a usar un montón. You know, bring him back and everything. Y él es un personaje que de verdad, verdaderamente es súper hype.
Cierto, no le recuerdo este primer episodio de Demon Slayer. Sí, está bien, I'm gonna skip the first 7. 7 son? Skipping them. I don't.
I mean, okay, Demon Slayer va a hacer lo mismo que hacía Dragon Ball con Resurrection F y no me acuerdo cuál otra fue. Van a
hacer
la
película en animación.
Sí, exacto. Va a poner la película en la serie. They're gonna chop it up. Lo único bueno que le puedo sacar, o la única partida que todo el mundo le puede sacar a ver Demon Slayer con el re-release de la película en serie es los pocos detalles de Rengoku antes de que él esté en el tren. Y está cool en ciertos aspectos, porque tú no sabes ni por qué él está en el tren. Tú asumes que él está en el tren por todo lo que está pasando, pero aparentemente hay más razones o hay vamos a decirlo así, una justificación para que él esté ahí, además de so maybe tengamos un poquito más lore, maybe tengamos un poquito más de conocimiento alrededor de lo que, o sea, del IP como tal, que es Demon Slayer, porque we only know Tanjiro's story, no sabemos mucho de las otras historias. El otro si no era, es más, yo sé más de Rengoku que de Zenitsu. Y Zenitsu sale en toda la serie.
Sí.
Y obviamente yo puedo tirarme a leer los mangas. I do have a couple of them y whatever, pero tampoco se centran.
Es el de trueno.
Sí.
Yeah.
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Which one is the one that looks like a pig?
Inosuke.
He's Piggy.
Okay.
Piggy Man.
My boy.
I haven't
Inosuke.
seen this one yet. I haven't seen this
Está
one
good,
yet.
está good. El show está good.
Está chévere.
I will ask, ya que ustedes son más anime, o sea, you guys know more about anime than I do. ¿Por qué eso pasa? Is there a reason for this? Like, si vas a hacer una freaking película para luego en la misma serie rehacer la película y expandirla, then why bother making the movie at all beyond money? Which I understand is a good.
They're taking the movie. They're taking the movie and they're spreading it into.
Y cuando me lo hicieron en Super, bro, I got so upset porque yo vi una película de pronto cuando el season 1 era literalmente 2 episodios de lo mismo y me quedé,
Why? Exactly.
Y a mí me molesta que en Super la serie como tal está, o sea, es un despingue porque la primera parte está mejor que la película y en la otra, lo de Freeza es al revés, la película está mejor que la serie.
La película condensa mucho.
No tan solo eso, but you see the drop in quality too.
Yeah.
Pero
also true. But then why does it happen?
La única, perdonen, pero la única justificación que yo le doy a Demon Slayer de que haga eso es porque ya el manga se acabó. cuando la serie se acabe ya, ¿sabes? Cuando ellos hagan todo lo que tienen que hacer con el material que les queda, el source material que les queda, no hay más nada. No hay tampoco un spin-off, hasta donde yo sé. No hay como que otra película envuelta, que hasta que donde yo sé. Maybe puede que hagan las obras teatrales como han hecho con otros IPs, en otras series y whatever, con otros animes. Pero se lo justifico nada más por eso, porque ya no hay más nada. Ya se acabó, ya. There's nothing else.
But why make your fans watch the same thing twice? Es lo que yo no estoy entendiendo. Porque they sold you cuando tiraron la película, cuando terminó el season, te da el segue diciéndote, you gotta go to the fucking movie theaters if you want to see like what's gonna happen next. Y yo digo, oh, that's clever. Like, usualmente I would not see it done this way, porque usualmente yo estoy bastante acostumbrado que most of the time, por lo que tengo entendido, movies are non-canonical, como pasa más o menos con My Hero, como pasaba back in the day con Dragon Ball, and stuff like that. Pero entonces después tengo esta instancia donde es como que, it's sandwiched between two seasons. Ok, pues cool. So I see the movie pensando, cool, pues ya estoy up to date, ya estoy ready for the next day. Y de pronto sus 7 episodios de la misma cosa, yo, I'll see it por Rengoku, but I'm extremely pissed off that I have to, then why bother? Give me the...
Te lo van a justificar con más lore acerca del personaje y más, más bien como que...
I understand, I guess.
Cosas de lo que hacen los Demon Slayers como tal. Pero maybe tengamos eso.
Mi ultimate frustration, antes que vaya Miguel, es que entonces me quitaste 7 episodios que pudieron haber adelantado más el plot de Season 2 para darme la misma película que ya yo consumí, y el season as a whole becomes shorter as a result. Instead of it being, ¿cuántos son usualmente? 24, 25 episodios.
Dependiendo,
25 episodios,
porque a veces son 12 y a veces son 25.
Sí, exacto. Vamos a decir que son 12. Pues ya me jodí, porque ya 7 de los 12, ¿verdad? Si lo cortan por la mitad como usualmente se hace, ya me lo quitaste, quedan 5 episodios que no va a ser de eso. It's a little frustrating, porque es como que I want more of this world, not repeating the same thing. Pero dale, Miguel, my bad. Es que esa es la frustración.
No, you're good. My whole thing is, okay, did you see you've seen the series, Orengo?
Yeah, por eso es que estoy pompeado.
Okay, and you saw the movie?
Yeah, por eso estoy pompeado.
So the movie, from what I've heard, the movie's really, really good.
Yes.
It's a perfect, almost like borderline like a perfect movie. So my whole thing is like, why then take that movie and tarnish what that shit was? If it was so good, then why not just leave that story the fuck alone? If you didn't need all this lore, because your justification for giving me 7 more episodes is introducing a whole bunch of lore. If it wasn't needed in the movie, then why would you want to see it in the series if you're retelling the same story?
Season 1 se termina un sequel para la película. Yeah. Por eso es. Primero, pero lo que pasa es que no te van a enseñar nada de lo que pasó en los momentos antes de la película. No te han enseñado nada de eso todavía, y eso lo van a mezclar con la película y te lo van a meter en la serie.
Por eso vamos a ver otro, o sea, sí vamos a ver momentos de la película, pero también yo entiendo que vamos a ver otras cosas adicionales.
Y no es tanto tarnishing, y mala mía, pero no es tanto tarnishing la película tan perfecta como es, simplemente te van a decir, pues esto pasó aquí, esto está pasando acá, o sea, te va a gustar la misma historia, pero con unos add-ons que
es como un director's cut.
Because the thing I got from this was, I've seen it done before with Dragon Ball, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody praise a theatrical release of an anime the way they've praised that one.
Porque acuérdate,
I heard people like literally going to like literally sucking that movie off hard.
Okay,
like, to the point where I was this close to buying a ticket. And then, like, I was literally in front of the theater, and I was like, I have to see this because everybody's, like, really selling me on this movie. And Nick called me and said, no, don't watch it without watching the series.
Sí, porque this is not like Studio Ghibli level tampoco. Es que it's really good para la gente que vio el show.
Pero lo que pasa es que Demon Slayer era, like, it came out of nowhere, por decirlo así. Like, y cogió popularidad tan rápido que los mangas se acabaron.
Yeah.
Tú no podías conseguir un manga de Demon Slayer ni aunque le pagara en bajo mundo, I mean, like legit. Y fue como, no quiero seguir la segunda avenida de Galactus style, pero quiero decir como cuando pasó con Attack on Titan. Esto es un fun fact, like useless fact that I have in my brain, es que cuando Attack on Titan empezó a skyrocket like it did, al creador lo llamaron del banco y le dijeron, mira, algo está pasando con tu cuenta de banco porque I don't understand why you have so much money. So, Así de, y así mismo fue received Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer fue que skyrocketed with the fucking anime, que se ve idéntico al manga.
Sí. No, y la calidad de animación me está next level en cuestión de lo
Por eso.
de lo justamente el cariño que le da, like even My Hero, que para mí lo que era My Hero y Attack on Titan era lo que era el top tier, porque Super es cool, pero Super a veces cut scores bien hijo de puta.
Sí,
pero
exacto.
Lo que es My Hero y después cuando vi Attack on Titan era como que top tier animation. Cuando vi Demon Slayer, I'm like, wow, al punto de que la película, to be honest, it's like seeing the anime because the quality was already so high que the movie just did just a little bit more to push it over the edge. Pero ya la animación está otro level. Like, and the story is also very compelling.
Comparado a Dragon Ball que lleva años y estos skyrocketing like the way it did, tú no podías ni conseguir ni merch de tanto que se ha vendido. O sea, Netflix la tuvo que poner porque tú solamente lo podías ver en Hulu. O si tenías Funimation, o sea, era la única manera de tú poder verlo. Y antes de la película, pues, everybody was gonna be hyped porque tampoco se espera que in a such short time va a venir una película de algo que está en tope. Tú piensas, no, la película viene de aquí a 15 años más.
Por eso, como que yo sentí cuando ya salió la película, ¿verdad? Ya el cómic, o sea, ya el manga se había acabado también. Y yo decía, mano, eso está brutal porque es bien corto el tiempo para que saliera la película. Como que,
y tampoco hay tantos volúmenes.
Por eso Demon Slayer es completamente out of nowhere. O sea, no es out of nowhere. ¿Qué quiere decir? Como que it felt so unreal. En el corto tiempo logró todo lo que ha logrado. It's unbelievable. Porque Attack on Titan a principio no estaba así como Demon Slayer. O sea, Attack on Titan hizo ruido después de... Exacto. Pero Demon Slayer...
Cuando empezó a salir Levi más a menudo, le daban más protagonismo a otros personajes que tenían un poquito más de backstory.
La otra comparación que yo puedo ver es el Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen que también
es el otro que está a ese nivel, exacto.
Es el de comerse los dedos, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Sí. Pero ya, Miguel, in a nutshell, Miguel, es que ha tomado al mundo con, like, it's like a fucking sucker punch, en verdad. Mira, yo no la quería ni ver, porque a mí me molesta cuando somebody overhypes me en anime y después me decepciona. Entonces, porque siempre tengo esa pendeja y pues yo dije, ay, yo no la quiero ver. Hasta que un día, literalmente, me acuerdo porque fue un sábado and it's something that I never do. Porque yo siempre digo, vamos a planear para ver tal cosa. O vamos a ver tal cosa, vamos a ver si nos interesa. Ese día fue Hulu, toma, pan, lo vamos a ver. A mí, aquí el que me cuestione se puede ir de la sala. Literal, that's what I said to my wife and best friend who were in the living room with me. Yo no, se quedan ahí, la vamos a ver y nos encantó. Pero ya, eso es lo que hay con Demon Slayer.
A mí Demon Slayer, fue bien funny porque Demon Slayer, fue bien funny porque yo la empecé a ver, fue como que todo de cantazo y yo paré en un episodio y no la vi más, y no fue que no me gustara ni nada, era que genuinamente paré porque caí en la realización como que, wait, a esto le falta, yo no sabía para ese entonces cuánto le falta a esa serie para acabarse, y como que paré en un episodio en específico y me dijeron, bro, sabes que te quedaban como 4 episodios para acabar la serie, ¿verdad? Y yo, what? Y cuando chequeo, sí, me quedaban 4 episodios, que yo me comí esa serie en un día, básicamente.
Nice.
By the way, ¿cómo nosotros terminamos hablando de Demon Slayer? Like,
Metaverse.
Okay.
Dragon Ball bled into that.
Exacto.
Of course. Like, it's pero el tema original era...
El trailer de Dragon Ball Super Hero.
En New York. ¿Qué más dieron? ¿Qué más dieron ahí?
Pues estaba el panel de Vox Machina, que estuvo bien brutal. Explicaron muchas cosas de cómo van a translate lo de el juego en vivo de Critical Role de Vox Machina como tal. Son 115 episodios en aparentemente 2 seasons.
Nice. Que voy a enseñar algo breve, Celi. Fue que a mí me regalaron algo de eso y yo no sabía. Like, the person I think.
Deja ver.
Dale, sigan ustedes hablando.
Dale. Para los que no sepan, Critical Role empezó con Geek and Sundry como un live stream / podcast show de how nerdy ass voice actors play Dungeons and Dragons. So obviamente it's gonna be my cup of tea. Ellos son como que el indie band que you support throughout the years and they become famous. So yeah, they're the kind of people. And they're super humble y son very talented voice actors. Y ellos pues juegan D&D de una manera súper diferente. La historia está bien brutal. Y ahora, gracias al Kickstarter que ellos hicieron hace casi 2 años atrás, que llegó a $11 millones, supported by 88, I'm not joking about the number, 88,088 and 887 people.
¿Tú apoyaste?
No, porque
Esa eras tú, that was literally a sign.
Yo siempre he dicho que, coño, la que faltaba y era yo. Lo que pasa es que yo no vi Critical Role desde que empezó, per se. Yo sí lo llegué a ver en vivo, porque me acuerdo, yo sí llegué a ver un episodio en vivo y llegué a ver un par de episodios y cosas que la gente me iba diciendo. I didn't really get into it hasta 2019.
Okay.
Y ya ellos habían empezado con season, campaign 2. Pero ya, fueron un montón de personas y al transcurso de eso y gracias al éxito del Kickstarter y whatever, Amazon cogió la serie y en vez de hacer más que originalmente iba a ser como 2 episodios. Van a hacer un full season y van a hacer un segundo season.
Okay.
Y va a salir en febrero 24. Lo cual es super fun. Si a la gente le gusta pues otra cosa de fantasía, like, le gusta D&D o le gusta, I don't know, you want to watch something different, pues yo diría que sí, que lo viera, porque la animación se ve cool, es full R. Ahí tú no puedes verla con los niños, en verdad.
Señor Trivas.
So, dude.
What's up, man?
Pero ya, o sea, va a tener blood, there's gonna be a lot of swearing, va a haber un montón de sexual innuendos, porque así mismo ellos también lo jugaban. Yo a cada rato, oh, fuck chick balls. Pero ya.
Pues mira, a mí me habías regalado, tú sabes, de las cajitas que vienen como los loot crates.
Yeah.
Pues a mí me habías regalado un loot crate con 2 camisas, like, esto es una de ellas. Y entonces,
yes.
el otro era como que la otra, que ahora mismo, like, I have my suspicions de dónde está, pero no lo quiero decir en un capítulo. La otra era un Reaper, como que parado así, con un sight y como un roll cayendo, y decía, like, no decía que decía Critical Role, pero decía Vox Máquina, y el Reaper lo que estaba diciendo es, you can certainly try. Como que le están tirando el dice y él está como que you can search, like, I didn't have, like, understanding that, like, I thought it was a cool shirt, pero, like, I didn't understand what it was about.
Pero esa yo la tengo, la que tú tienes ahora mismo en la mano, esa yo la tengo aquí. How do you want to do this? Es the famous phrase que Matt Mercer dice cuando ellos mataron a monster, a person or something. Es como que how do you want to do it? Ya que el DM es el que te está narrando todo lo que está pasando en D&D o en el juego, whatever, por lo menos él te deja explicar como how do you kill this person or monster. So that's a cool thing.
Estos son frases frases a los eventos. Estas camisas dicen, ok.
Sí. Porque a cada rato es que también se refiere a, like, you can certainly try, porque eso es lo que dice todo DM.
Ajá, exacto.
So you can certainly try. Pero,
y el Reaper como que entiendo el contexto a veces, como que you as a DM cuando le dice you can try, y es como que I understand, like I could little understand a little, pero no brinca esa conclusión.
Ya, no, pero es eso de que cada DM te dice, pues, inténtalo.
Intentarlo. El mío es,
el difficulty class está aquí.
Exacto. Entonces, puedes intentarlo. No le quieres decir toda la información, pero tú tratas en el tono en que tú lo dices, como que, don't even try.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Pero está brutal porque es que I miss DMing. I haven't DM'd in a while. Y ya Alex estaba diciendo, no, we're gonna play D&D. Yo, pues, podemos empezar un día haciendo characters, porque yo ahora mismo estoy pensando hacer otra versión de mi go-to character, my DMing character, que se llama Damage. Así, Damage. Pues Damage aparentemente ahora quiere ser un Artificer Cleric con un marcapaso.
Nice.
So,
yo quisiera hacer un role-based character en todo el sentido de ver hacia dónde la suerte quiere qué tipo de personaje quiere que yo cree. Como que no quiero traer un personaje que ya yo tenga para que el ex trate de apuñalarlo y matarlo. Eso es lo que no quiero. Like, I want to be somebody unrelated to me.
That would be so fucking amazing though. Me gustaría jugar con ustedes, en verdad. Es que I miss it. Y tengo aquí la colección que no he tocado. Pero
It's a
ya
beautiful conversation que ustedes están teniendo y Miguel solo está pensando bunch of fucking nerds.
No.
He's talking about the D&Ds.
So I won't touch the subject until we actually do something official because we were this close to all purchasing customized characters. And thank God we didn't do it because it's literally been a fucking year and we haven't played yet.
So he's there. Now I
Tuvimos que
understand.
parar cuando Lex hizo un customized character mío y estaba diciendo que era él. So we had to stop there. Había como un obsession bien extraño con Lex.
Lex made a character. He's like, look, guys, it's me. I wish we had the picture. It's literally Deke. And so I was like, and I told him, I was like, hey, I love you, but you're not that thin. Let's start right there. You don't look that thin. So let's just
It was
get that
actually
out of the
me
way.
like doing this shit con la
Bro,
mano.
it
Como que...
was funny. It was hilarious. I was like, why does it look exactly like Deke? What? Like, you're showing me this character, and all I'm thinking is, what is this? What is your subconscious yelling like at me right now? Like what is it dying? Like, you idolize him? You want to look like him? Like, what? It was
Interesting.
It was very funny. Very
Yeah,
funny.
yo
And then it was funny because we all, like, when I say let's sit down and play D&D, like, my mindset is let's all do like medieval characters, like it's a medieval setting. His character had like a sweatshirt, jeans, and sneakers. Like,
Acceptable wardrobe in the Middle
I was
Ages.
like,
Acceptable.
I was like, all he was missing was like Beats headphones. That's it. Like, I was like, what are you like? Meanwhile, my character was like dual wielding axes, and he was like on a pedestal of like ectoplasmic fluid. And Nick was like, my character carries a boombox.
Nice.
Pero tenemos que hacer un episodio de eso. Tenemos que jugarlo entre nosotros. I miss playing with people.
Mira, yo estoy, no sé si mi wife va a escuchar, no sé si alguien está viendo el episodio que me conozca o que vaya a jugar conmigo, pero yo me voy a tirar un death mission.
Go on.
Voy a jugar, voy a hacer un one shot.
Okay.
Voy a hacer un one shot en Icewind Dale.
Okay.
El problema es que voy a basically reverse a un monster. Voy a coger un Terrask, but it's going to be a snowy Terrask.
Okay.
Y el Terrask, lo que pasa es que yo siempre estoy jodiendo con mis panas de que, si no te caes la boca, si no juegas, si no, o sea, es un chiste interno entre cuando jugamos, como que avanza o te tira un Terrask. Siempre, porque ese es the ultimate monster in D&D. You cannot beat that shit, like, ever. Has been the villain in many TPKs. Y yo les dije, pues mira, vamos a empezar a rolear, ustedes van a estar en level 19 para que sea un incentivo, ustedes subir al level 20, va a ser un one shot, cualquier personaje que ustedes quieran, Damage va a estar ahí, por eso es que estoy hablando de hacer un Artificer multiclass into Cleric con un marcapaso, pues why not? El marcapaso tiene su propósito.
Yes.
Tiene que ver con su historia. The backstory. Pero
Pero as a DM, I think I get the marcapaso. Like,
Sí.
I kind of know where you're heading. Like,
Sí,
I love
porque
that.
Damage como tal siempre ha estado muerto. Like, the character itself is, he's a human hollow one, so he has been dead for quite some time. So he's like a kind of a zombie specter kind of thing. Pero anyways, voy a tirarle eso. Va a ser no creo que vaya a ser un TPK, pero lo voy a tirar eso pronto y tengo mucho miedo. Y hace tiempo era un DM, I'm gonna convert a monster y un Terrask, they're gonna hate me.
Tú sabes que llevo 3 meses en un one-shot campaign. Like, one-shot campaign 3 meses. Like,
¿Me ha
a veces
pasado?
los one-shot se tiran.
Ninguno de mis one shots ha
Miguel y
pasado
Barry
de...
están como que... What are you talking?
No, pero mi...
Segway.
Sí, segue. Mi campaign nunca han terminado, o sea, mis one shots nunca han terminado el mismo día, so I feel you.
I just want to play. So
Pues con...
I want to one day say, I want to one day say, yeah, we played a round or two or whatever with Dick and Sully, so
Pues
we'll see
bien
how it goes.
relacionados los one shots y los campaigns que nunca acaban, vamos entonces a hablar de el DC Fandom.
Wait. Give me a second.
Wow,
Es
she
como
totally
que-
left. That's how triggered she got. She was like, I don't want to be a part of this.
Nada que ver, dame un segundo.
O sea, déjame ver la foto. Es lo que... esta foto ya la hemos usado. Ya nosotros...
Sí,
ya hemos hablado de esto. Yo no sé por qué Alex quiere seguir hablando del DC Fandom.
Expectativas, porque es expectativa.
Ok. Pues las mismas de la última vez. I got none.
You're
What a cynic piece of...
Que cancelen Titans.
Crypto.
Eso es lo que yo espero. Que
Deja que te den otro season más.
Va a llegar porque sé
llegar,
que va a
va a
llegar
llegar.
porque está haciendo números, pero me cayó
Yeah.
falta de... Ay, Dios
I'm
mío.
kind of surprised cuánta gente lo está viendo. I'll be completely honest with
Sí,
you.
es que no hay
It's
más
almost
nada.
baffling. Considerando las cosas que hay en HBO para ver. I'm actually, y
Exacto.
the fact que la gente estaba rewatching, o sea, ese gráfico que creo que se lo vi a ustedes, ese gráfico que está Stranger Things #1 porque people are rewatching it in preparation for the new season,
Sí.
just blows my freaking mind, honestamente.
No joda, cada rato yo pongo Stranger Things in the background
Dígame.
just because.
So tú eres culpable de esto, perfecto. Now
Sí.
I understand. It all
Yo
makes sense
hago
to me now.
mucho eso con muchas series, especialmente. Últimamente lo estoy haciendo con One Day at a Time.
feeding that algorithm.
Lamentablemente, sí,
Eso
porque
mismo
pues, Netflix doesn't own me. voy a poner muchas veces la serie que ellos mismos han cancelado.
Nice, esa es
Smart.
buena.
Esa es buena.
Voy a
But
hacer
yeah,
un movimiento para que
I want
pongan
to see the new
Away todos
trailer
los días.
de The Batman because they announced there's a new trailer. There's not going to be a trailer for The Flash porque ya la producer lo dijo. Va a haber una sorpresita porque como ya hablo español, pues eso fue exactamente lo que dijo. Va a haber sorpresitas. Y yo, ok, cool.
¿Cuál es la sorpresita que tú crees que va a ser?
I hope it's not the stupid featurette that was leaked like months ago. I pray que no sea el estúpido featurette ese. But I think it's probably the
Explícalo.
stupid featurette. ¿No viste ese featurette? Yo pensé que
No.
I only shared it. Ok, pues el featurette básicamente habla de cómo va a ser la película. Que de ahí surgió las fotos de que vieron dos Barry Allens walking down the street and stuff.
Ok.
So, eso surgió de un featurette donde enseñaban como que concept art y siempre había like that bit spoilers symbol encima del character que no sabemos todavía quién es. Pues basically it all came out of un featurette de 2 minutos donde estaba pues tú sabes Ezra Miller, el director, todos hablando de la filosofía behind the movie, de qué más o menos se va a tratar, bla bla bla, but being very vague about it, just talking about multiverse theory y ya está. I hope it's not just that porque literalmente that was spoiled months ago. I hope it's something, maybe it's that and probably a little bit extra. I hope. Maybe they show you like the suit, or maybe una tomita de maybe Michael Keaton, o una foto o algo, just to hype you up a little bit.
Un teaser.
No, es que
Well,
ella dijo que no había teaser. She kind of like made it abundantly clear que no hay un teaser, which is weird because I'm pretty sure you can probably muster up a teaser at this point.
Ajá, por eso yo lo digo, como que coño.
Con menos
un
que eso,
teaser.
con menos que lo que filmaron en the Batman, they did a teaser. So es posible que they can do a teaser.
Ajá.
Whatever.
Sí, porque
maybe-
tú puedes poner old footage con un par de
Exacto.
escenas y ya
Thank
color
you.
a fucking teaser. Like,
Exacto,
you
color a
think
fucking
that would
teaser.
happen.
Por eso mismo. Pero pues, maybe we'll get some pictures, probably. Con Shazam, I'm kind of pumped por ver a Black Adam y probablemente ver el JSA. Estoy pompeado por ver ese Hawkman. What else? Dame ver la fotito de nuevo. There was like the big
Right.
ones.
Ah.
Peacemaker, I don't care about.
Yeah, me either.
Aparte Peacemaker.
Peacemaker
Shazam.
enseñaron-
Shazam, I'm super pumped por ver algo de Shazam. Because I love the first one and I love the director on a personal level. So anything that guy throws at me, I will eat it like butter.
Cancelen Titans, por favor.
They're not, you know they're not going to.
Ah,
Y Aquaman, pues no van a enseñar nada. 'Cause it
Van
just
a
finished.
decir, renovamos Titans por 2 seasons más. Yo, maldita sea.
Por dos, solamente to spite you, Celia. Así me lo van a decir en DC Fandom. Just to spite that one fan in Puerto Rico. Just bitching
Ellos
about Titans.
anunciaron como algo de John Justice nuevo, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Como que viene
El
eso.
tercer season creo que. Sí.
Eso took me out by surprise. Como que, oh shit, viene algo de John Justice, nice. Como que
El
lo-
animador de Young Justice animó Vox Machina, by the way.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. That's why it kind of looks. It has
Yeah.
that aesthetic. Sí.
Sí.
Okay. Va a salir el sábado, si no me equivoco. So,
Este
yo estaré todo el
sábado.
día pegado.
Sí, ya por fin, vamos a
Esa
verlo.
es Catwoman encima de. Ok.
Yes, esa es Catwoman. I
Mhm.
believe que she'll probably for the most movie have like a year one type of wardrobe.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
está cool. I mean, yo tengo fe en Matt Reeves. Yo sé que quizá hay gente que está un poquito. Pero yo tengo fe en él.
Ya a mí me está pasando, yo no sé qué fue, pero ya a mí me está pasando y va a sonar like me van a votar y todo de este podcast por lo que voy a decir, pero
Podemos.
I'm kind of like, ya está llegando un punto que I'm kind of fed up con Marvel y DC, like legit.
It's called
La
age.
fatiga.
It's fine.
Ya, yo creo que genuinamente ya me está afectando la fatiga como de todas estas películas. Fue como
Sí.
que los otros días me dijeron algo de la nueva de Spider-Man y genuinamente le contesté a la persona, ¿tú crees que eso a mí me importa? Como que it was so natural, me salió de bien adentro, porque fue como que, like, me caí en el punto que yo digo, like, damn, we're reaching demasiado far into this, like, series of movies y como que, legitly la fatiga. Y por ejemplo, like, no hay nada de aquí. Y también me pasa con Marvel, quiero ser completely fair. Como que ahora mismo, como que I'm okay con todo lo que hay, como que no me sigan poniendo más cosas que ver, como que stick with what you have, es lo que quiero decir. Y como que me está dando esa fatiga, por lo menos con este tipo de películas. Like, es como salió los otros días que supuestamente no vamos a ver este junte de los 3 Spider-Man solamente para esta película, sino para el futuro, pelear con No. I'm like, I don't, like, for real, como que ya paren, como que vamos a disfrutarnos una película a la vez. Como que
No,
dejar
No, pa.
es como,
Prepárate que hay 5 más down the train, like down the road. Siempre es así.
y entonces con ese mismo segue, Lex nos dejó este tema.
Ah, sí, exacto.
I would have loved to talk about the DC fandom, but I guess, you know.
No. Perdón, Miguel.
In that picture, hopefully we'll get to see another glimpse of the Suicide Squad game.
Yeah, we definitely will. For sure.
I hope we get to see another glimpse of the game. I love what Rocksteady does.
Pero es que está Harley Quinn ahí.
I'm more interested. I'm obviously everything you said, Olengo, I'm also on board for all of that stuff. I went into the last DC fandom with minimal hype and I came out like really pleased or whatever. So I'm actually looking forward to this one. Lo que sí me interesa, and warning, trigger warning for a lot of people, de que, I'm interested in all of the hearsay that's going on right now with the Snyderverse still being a relevant thing and it literally resurrecting from the ashes.
Like a beautiful phoenix, like a beautiful slow-mo phoenix.
Like it's like this unforgiving zombie that just will not, just refuses to die. Like I honestly, I am fucking shocked at some of the stuff I've read. And if that's true, I'm like, holy shit.
Go. Spoil it. Spoil
it for me. Dale.
Nothing official for this. I mean, unless they go that route.
Miguel, el esqueleto que está atrás tuyo, ¿es el Snyderverse? Como que...
No, brother.
Just reanimating itself slowly.
So,
never gonna die. Never.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything in terms of announcements for the DC fandom. But what I have been reading a lot is that with the merger, I guess, of what Discovery is it?
Mm-hmm.
With the merger Discovery, like they're saying there's a lot of wild rumors. There's going to be a shift in power and a lot of people that were in charge of basically making decisions regarding the future of the Snyderverse are going to be on the outside looking in.
Let me in.
The execs thought that those things could have been handled differently with the new merger, the people that are, not in charge yet. And like you said, the numbers, but also now all of a sudden, the marketing campaign of not acknowledging anything that had to do with the Snyderverse kind of has died down. And now they're kicking into the flow of like one of the best fucking selling, I guess Blu-rays and all, like they're marketing it.
You can't find it. You can't find that.
I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
So there's also like a lot of talks about renegotiations going on and a lot of talk. They haven't said anything. What makes me laugh is none of the rumors point to having a conversation with Snyder. Like none of the or anybody reaching out to Snyder,
El Snyder versus Snyder. Like, that would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. Yeah.
but again, like there's a lot of grumblings going on that like the company when they merged, they want to push this back into the forefront, and they saw what I guess the other people in charge didn't see.
Oh no,
It's
they
just
saw. It was just an ego thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's just a point of now, like from what I understand, reestablishing relationships with the actual, I guess, directors and talent.
Yeah.
Trying to win them back so that future projects regarding this universe can come to fruition.
Es que eso estaría funny que el estudio vaya a enmendar y tratar de hacer todo eso y después Snyder diga como que ya yo perdí mi interés de eso. Estaría súper hilarious en ese sentido.
Yeah.
Porque tú te pones a ver también como persona. O sea, hay un factor, esta gente sí es verdad, tiene sus necesidades de dinero, pero también tienen una cierta línea de respeto y como de auge. Y, mano, o sea, a Snyder lo trataron de callar, por decirlo así. O sea, no le trataron de dar esa oportunidad. Y tratar de comprarlo otra vez y como que darle otra vez la oportunidad, hay que ver cuánto sale de él, como decidir volver. Porque una cosa es el Snyder Cut, otra cosa es empezar otras producciones, ¿entiendes? So, ahí hay que, yo no sé, como que yo siempre, por eso es que yo no he tenido esa fe en el Snyderverse, porque siento que ya pasaron tantas cosas como para enmendarlo. Siento que Flash genuinamente tendría que ir atrás en el tiempo y arreglarlo todo. Y ya, eso es un wink a la película, como que...
Wow.
Lo que me da gracia es como que, like, again, just the level of disorganization around everything. You know what I mean? So in my head, I pegged, wrongfully so, because I haven't seen a single minute of this movie. But in my head, I pegged the Flash movie as a reboot to this entire universe. And now to say,
everyone has the same assumption, so.
Flashpoint siempre
but now,
para eso. Si no lo hacen, ya no lo van a hacer más.
But that's the funny thing, though, with all this thing about merger, it's just like, so then, if you bring the Snyderverse back, like, well, you know what I mean? Again, it's one of those things of like, okay, I'm full transparency here. I want to see the Snyderverse. I have nothing against seeing the fucking Snyder. I want to see that dark, gritty ass version. That story, they won me over. I'm sorry, they won me over. Like they beat me to death with it. They won me over. But now it's like, is it gonna be one of those things where like basically DC is just gonna have all these movies in their own pocket universes that don't, you know what I mean? Like, is the Snyderverse gonna be one thing? Is Batman with Batboy gonna be his own thing? Is there gonna be like Shazam is gonna be their own thing? Like. I'm curious to see that. I'm not against it at all, because there was a time and point where we consumed superhero movies and they had absolutely dick to do with each other.
Yeah,
they didn't shake each other's hands and no transparent, not even perpendicularly. Am I getting that right? Yes, like there was no bleed through.
I think it's gonna be half and half. I think they're just gonna make a compromise with Ambas. They're gonna take their cake and eat it too. Lo digo porque ejemplos como Joker, ejemplos como The Batman justify this idea de que they might go the route of maybe restoring the Snyderverse or having something akin to that, because they did take the elements that they liked about it initially, pero maybe they'll expand on that more later on, y entonces van a existir estos black label ones donde va a ser algo aparte que no va a ser canonically seteado en este universo que they kind of have wonky sort of whatever mezclado con tape. O sea, just, it's like a haphazardly taped up thing. Y va a existir aparte. Yo creo que they're just going to do both.
Mi pregunta con eso, this here's what I'm getting at. Tú personalmente, ¿te gustaría ver varias versiones de un mismo personaje en la pantalla grande cogiendo más o menos en un lapso de 2 o 3 años?
I don't mind.
That's what I'm saying.
I've had that.
Have you?
Bueno, we kind of had Joker y el otro Joker running at the same time ish.
Exacto. No es verdad.
Suicide Squad, and then like 2 years later, be un Joker. Yeah.
Okay.
I can manage it. Ahora, yo no sé.
It doesn't bother me, because like I would totally see Robert Pattinson's Batman, and then like a year later totally see Ben Affleck's Batman.
And I can see Michael Keaton running around 90 years old.
That's a character I like. I love that character. Like, you know what I'm saying? Will I feel the same way about, like, I don't know, fucking Flash or Aquaman, like seeing different interpretations
But that's
I
the
don't
beauty
know.
of it. It's different interpretations. I don't mind it. Like,
I
si
don't
funciona,
mind it, but
funciona, está cool.
it's weird. It's
It
weird.
might be too much, eso sí.
Yeah.
Porque es como pasa en los cómics que literalmente el top 10 del DC 6 son Batman stuff. That's why they keep making more Batman comics. So even me as a fan that loves Batman, I can't keep up with all the Batman comics because I cada fucking semana cada mes. So I don't mind seeing different interpretations, but maybe in the same year as you mentioned, now that I kind of think about it, it'd be a little exhausting. Yo lo podría manejar si fuera like every 2 or 3 years, pues como que sale un Pattinson movie, y después sale un Ben Affleck movie, después maybe 2 years later sale Michael Keaton. But if it's like kind of spaced out a little bit, I can manage. Pero si el mismo año me tiraste The Batman 2 y The Dark Knight Returns con Ben Affleck y después me da Batman Beyond con Michael Keaton el año que viene, I'll be like, I'm gonna freaking die here. Too much.
Yeah.
So no, yo creo que no.
It's interesting times with that company as a whole, but like as a person that loves to consume their stuff, I have felt like I said, the fatigue a little bit. But like I like the person, like the inner geek in me, just I'm sorry, dude, I'm a fucking shill. I guess I'll blindly hand out money to see if this interpretation I'm gonna like it or not.
I like DC, so yo puedo justificar un poquito más su lo que hacen, porque como hacen diferentes cosas, that's kind of what I dig about it. Como Marvel, el problema es que but it's basically what Marvel gives you y ya. So the good thing about DC spreading out the way that they do es que si por ejemplo no me gustara Ben Affleck, but now I can see if I like Robert Pattinson's approach. Eso es lo único cool que tiene esto de hacer tan scatterbrain y estar tan all over the place. Es lo único bueno. You don't need to be like, no es como una asignación como Marvel where you need to see every freaking movie. This one es como que, okay, well, I missed out on, The Flash, but I'll go see Aquaman because I like Jason Momoa, and they will be so not connected at all that you can kind of get away with it. So, no me siento tan forzado como me pasa con Marvel.
By the way, esto es algo, tiene que ver con Warner Brothers. It's kind of funny. Fue algo que me lo recalcaron esta semana y me voló la cabeza. La mayoría, ¿tú sabes cuáles son las películas que más Warner Brothers Studios favorece? Por una toma incorporada dentro de todas las películas que como que ellos le estén dando más, que el estudio esté más envuelto. Ok, ustedes saben que el logo de Warner Brothers es pues el escudo. Casi siempre está en un water thing. Pues que hay en la realización bien estúpida de que las franquicias que más ellos favorecen tienen una toma con esos water coolers dentro de la película. Y yo decía como que, that's kind of stupid. Los water towers. Pero de repente caí en la realización, y fue bien estúpido caer en la realización ayer, que en Fantastic Beasts hay una toma super mega, like, está there. Y de repente yo, wait a second, y empecé a revisitar películas en mi cabeza y confirmé con algunas que estaban disponibles en HBO Max. Y en Justice League también Batman comes across one of them, y empecé como que esta teoría y empecé a ver un montón de películas que son como que Warner Brothers, like big IPs for them, y de repente caí en la realización que Space Jam también tiene una, y yo fue como que have I unlocked like a secret algorithm inside the movies?
I like this.
Like,
hazte un video de esta pendeja, por favor.
They're gonna kill our feed now.
Yeah.
Wait, why are we not live anymore?
Bien cabrón. No, me acabo de emocionar bien cabrón. No tiene nada que ver con el show. No tiene nada que ver con el show, no nada de lo que ustedes están hablando. Yo llevo como más de 3 meses buscando esta porquería.
Is it shiny?
Es un shiny Caterpie.
No, te envidio.
I thought you were gonna say like I save money on car insurance or some shit like that.
No. Desde que salió shiny, I've been trying to hunt it shiny. Porque me gusta que está doradito.
Sí.
Es bello. Yo me perdí un evento que hubo hace 2 semanas atrás que salió un cojón de shiny un día. Yo no me vine a enterar hasta like todo el mundo comiendo.
Ayer hubo un community event, did you know?
Ya, de los Duclops, del que va antes de Duclops.
Imagínate, como que it's a little exhausting todos los eventos que se tiran.
Ya, yo tuve que parar un poquito.
No, pero fue que aquí abrí la aplicación un momento, tú no puedes imaginarte el tiempo que yo llevo buscando esta porquería.
That's beautiful.
Wow. Now I know. Wow. Now I know how Decca. Now I know how Decca. I know how Decca felt when I went to Galaxy's Edge. One of my college friends, she has no love for really the medium, but her husband does, and she's at New York Comic Con.
Oh, that hoe.
And she has the pass. She's like taking a picture of the pass, like the Sunday pass. She's like, what is this? And I'm like, oh my God, it's the VIP pass. You fucking horrible human being, you. Like,
Ahora tú sabes cuando tú te retratabas en
no,
el
wait a
Droid
second. Time out.
Factory.
I'm a Star Wars fan, so fuck that.
Yeah.
She's not a fan of any of this medium, bro.
What is
Pero,
this
bro, tú
gatekeeping you
tú
keep
tienes
employing here?
Bro, I'm
Tú
telling you.
tienes un
You're
Grogu
not
en tu
worthy.
desk. She's not worthy.
She's not worthy. Shout out
yeah.
to Terry. I hope you're
Tú
enjoying
leíste
yourself.
las novelas de Star Wars.
Exacto.
Exacto.
Bien molesto ahí.
¿Cuántos Kyber Crystals tiene? Cuéntalos ahora.
¿Cuántos
No vale que sean más de
compraste?
5.
¿Cuántos lightsabers tienes?
We love. Did you waste
Sigue
money on a
sacando la
droid?
Biblia de Star Wars ahora, rápido.
I'm just saying. Did you waste money on a droid for your child? No, but I did.
There
I
better
almost
be a
did, but
there better be a Roomba Artudito rodeado por ahí.
Confessions. The droid building section is a little expensive at
Yeah.
Galaxy's
Yeah.
Edge.
I know.
And I spoiled the shit out of my son because I love him to death. And there was this moment where I was like, I either buy this droid for my son, or I get,
you.
or I get myself the R2D2, and I build it
Wow.
myself. And I saw the look in his eyes, and I was like, "Oh, you're lucky. I love you so much. Let's just get you the BB-8."
A mí me pasó con mi hijo, me pasó que fuimos a un Walmart hace un tiempo atrás cuando él estaba aquí en Puerto Rico y quedaba un solo, like, it was like a special trooper, por decirlo así, los Black Series, que son los que yo colecciono, y quedaba uno solo. And my kid is going to open it. Like, I know my kid is going to open it and play with the toy. And it was like a toy that I don't want to check his price because I know he's like one of the most expensive ones. Y cuando estaba en la caja, like, I bought it and I was like, I'm not going to give it to him. Like, I know the worth of this. And I was like, el camino. Y cuando llegamos a la casa, he was like looking at the toy. Y yo como que, I'm like, cógelo. Y cuando lo abrió, que lo veo él haciendo así con el juguete y dándole a los otros juguetes, like a little part of me inside died, but I was like, this is fatherhood. Like,
Tú sacaste una lágrima.
Ajá.
Fue de tristeza, no fue de alegría.
Yo estaba viendo que tú subiste eso mismo de los Droid Factory, and I know for a fact, y yo creo, if I'm not mistaken, que hay una diferencia entre las carcasas y los precios. Por ejemplo, los redondos son más caros. Right?
So no, actually, where they get you, there's a base price, if I'm not mistaken, for both droids.
Okay.
What throws it over the edge is the personality chips.
Chips.
The personality chips.
Yes.
That's the one thing that throws it over the head. My son loves BB-8 or whatever, so I was like, I have to basically build him a BB-8.
Mm-hmm.
So we got all the BB-8 stuff, and I asked him, what's the personality chip for BB-8 to make the noises or whatever, blah, blah. We went to another part of the park, and I wanted this thing so bad, but it was like ridiculously, I think it might have been like in the hundreds. It was the X-Wing helmet. The X-Wing helmet. And I was like, oh, for the podcast, I could just show up in the X-Wing helmet with the background of the cockpit. And I was like, we still have 3 other parks to visit. So I was like, and I'd rather waste money on my son than myself. So I was like, I know he's gonna ask for stuff. There's gonna be other stuff where I gotta comprarle or like, spoil the shit out of him. So I was like, the helmet must stay. The helmet must stay. I didn't buy the lightsaber because supposedly they have a new lightsaber coming out.
Sí, pero vaya,
I have not
para el
seen
año que
it.
viene.
But I was like, I want to have the newest thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, be that much of a fuck. I want to be that much of a fucking douchebag to everybody. And be like, oh, you got last year's lightsaber, buddy. I got the new model. Ching, like,
Lo que pasa es que el
la mano.
lightsaber,
Oh my god, my hand.
lo que pasa es que el nivel lightsaber no va a ser así porque, el handle te lo puedes comprar de quien sea, de cualquier Jedi, Sith, whatever que haya disponible. La vara como tal, o sea, el saber como tal, el blade, aparte y son distintos, ¿cómo te digo? They're different length. Y dependiendo del length, es más caro. Mi esposa, pues obviamente.
But my question with that is,
yeah,
wasn't everybody alluding to the fact that it's not a bulb anymore?
Yeah, ahora mismo es like retractable.
It's not a bulb.
No, es una.
O sea, you walk around with this bulb, and it gives you the effect of the whole bulb lighting up. Exactly. But supposedly the new one isn't like that.
No.
So how the hell do they manage the turning on of the lightsaber? Like, That's blowing my fucking mind. That's
Por
the one
eso.
thing that everybody keeps on talking about.
Sí, por eso,
Bro,
porque
por
nadie
eso.
sabe cómo va a ser,
Tú
porque
sabes que yo tengo
usualmente
una
es
teoría de
así.
eso bien estúpido, y va a sonar bien estúpido lo que estoy diciendo.
Okay.
¿Por qué ustedes creen que en Visions nos tiraron el Hollow Saber? Like, legitly.
So sell merchandise?
No, exacto. Y entonces también hay unas luces ahora nuevas que estaba viendo en los otros días en una presentación, que básicamente, tú sabes los tubos, Orengo, tú sabes los tubos, Kino.
Sí.
So, viene una mierda ahora, like, I'm still bubbling my mind. So, este tubo tiene dos finales, pero no tiene nada en el medio, pero la luz se transporta de un lado a otro en ese espacio. So, I was thinking, like, when I saw that shit, lo primero que me vino a la mente fue lightsabers, like, legitly. So, maybe that's, I don't know, porque Disney es un estudio bastante caro, por decirlo así. Maybe they can afford that technology also.
Sí.
So, maybe, who
Es verdad.
knows?
Hay ciertas tecnologías que la puedes comercializar.
The hilt of the device contains a flexible strips of lights that together form an unbroken blade of light. The strip of lights is extended. This is all hearsay.
Ok. Pero
Si
ya,
eso no
es
corta
regular.
mutuamente, no lo quiere.
Pues este regular, mira, en verdad yo lo compré pensando, coño, yo debería comprarle el otro lightsaber que va a salir porque es un poquito más realístico y bla, 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 pero yo no sé cuándo voy a volver a Downtown Disney, porque fuck Disney Springs, I hate that name. So, yo no sé cuándo voy a volver. It is also our anniversary. So you know what? This is her gift, and I told her, well, or give her like hints that was going to be her gift anyway, so.
Okay.
En realidad, pues, no sé, como que esperar podría haberlo hecho, pero
I saw the way
Yo
they
solo
do
sé
it. I saw
que
the way
cuando
they
yo
do
vaya al
it.
parque ya van a existir de verdad, porque en lo que yo voy a ese parque, like, I know it's gonna be a while. So, cuando yo vaya, yo me compraré la que corta manos y todo, de verdad, y les aviso.
Perfecto.
Pero tú sabías, esto es bien nerd de mi parte, pero cada Kyber Crystal, tú solo pones al holocron, porque la gente piensa que, exacto.
It has voices and a story, supposedly.
Ya, eso está súper cool, mano.
What does the black one do then?
Oh, the black one, yo estaba...
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Black Saber.
The black one has like unos lores ahí super cabrones que todavía no están como que comercializados.
You know, half of the people that buy that in the park have no fucking idea that that's why they sell the holocron and you can put the crystal in there. Like,
people don't know it.
I was telling people that in the park and they're like, yeah, right. Like,
you nerd. Shut
yeah,
up.
they were like, yeah, right. And I was like, go talk to one of the employees and they'll tell you.
Shut up, poser.
Yo tengo un amigo mío que I hate with all my life porque él estaba haciendo un live y él estaba como que, aquí estoy en Disney, que es estilo otro, me compré de estilo otro y cuando abre el diamantito de la lightsaber roja, le salió el Kyber Crystal negro y él estaba molesto porque él decía como que I didn't want like a black one y el cabrón no sabía lo que tenía en sus manos, por decirlo así. And this mofo, he traded con otra amistad de él, the red crystal for the black one. Cuando él volvió a Puerto Rico y yo le conté lo que él tenía, he was like so pissed. Y lo gracioso es,
his other friend is a douchebag.
Yeah. Cuando tú pones el Kyber Crystal dentro de la lightsaber como tal, prende roja. O sea, no está teniendo como que the word, o sea, de tu dinero como que thrown by the drain. Pero el Kyber Crystal como tal, cuando lo pones en el holocron, dice otros lores diferentes. Es como que, mano, tenía oro y no sabe que tenía oro.
Like, I think, like, ignorancia.
Exacto.
No es un fan de verdad, no es un fan.
No es un fan de verdad. No
Es un normie. Un normie.
Exacto,
un
normie.
Ya.
Un casual.
Un pleb.
Bueno, cariño, pero vamos entonces a hablar del último tema. Ya hablamos de Star Wars, que eso...
Ese no va a ser el último tema. Pero
right. Why do you keep bringing this one up? I don't care.
I got the buzzer round at the end. Go ahead, but let's talk about this one.
Okay, pues cool.
It was Agatha all along.
Chévere. Quiero ver más de ella, siempre lo he dicho, porque nada más por la actriz, Catherine Hahn, pues, está bien dura. No sé. Actúa bien cabrón.
Me and Nick have had that conversation. I was like, there's something very odd about Ken Han that is very attractive in a sexual way. I don't know what vibe she gives off.
Wow.
I don't know what vibe she gives off because she's not like, I don't know. There's something very like, I don't know how to say it.
You did say it. You said it.
Body language. I would
she's-
say it's her
maybe
body
it's body
language.
language. Exactly. Maybe it's body
Sí.
language, or maybe it's the way she carries herself. She's very confident. Like there's,
Sí.
she gives off mad sexual vibes. Like truly.
Y antes de verla como Catherine, o sea, como Agatha, obviamente yo había visto
Oh yeah,
la-
she was in.
en Bad Moms. La casualidad es que yo había visto varias cosas de ella, pero en Bad Moms había sido lo más reciente que había visto antes de ver WandaVision, porque fue como like 2 weeks before WandaVision, fue algo, porque fue que vi la de Navidad y después cogí, me tiré para ver la primera, porque nunca la había visto. Y pues
Bad
me
Moms.
gustó, pero obviamente el personaje que me encantó fue el de ella.
Step Brothers, The Last Mimsy.
Step Brothers.
Does anybody remember that one?
Yeah.
The Last Mimsy. I
¿Quién
like to
ella
roll
era
with
de
that one.
las Mimsy? ¿La mamá de los nenes?
No, she was the girlfriend of the teacher
Okay,
that
yeah.
discovers the kids and starts to believe their story about interdimensional travel or whatever, or
Okay.
time traveling. Yeah, so
Pues eso, o sea,
De las Mimsy.
Yeah, sure.
pues eso.
More-
She's
give
a
me one of
great
those.
actress.
De verdad que
I
se
love-
nota que ahora mismo Marvel está en ese free for all que Disney que DC lleva haciendo por años. It's like anything that sticks, let's just give it a show. Let's just throw
Let's
a
just
movie
give
in
it a
here.
show.
We don't care. You'll eat anything up at this point.
Yeah.
They're not
Pero-
wrong.
Yo me pregunto, ¿esto será parte de los programas? Ok, like...
Yo sé para dónde tú vas. Que si esto está planificado, no. Pretty sure que no.
Sí, o sea, no está planificado, pero esto será parte de lo que yo siento que ellos van a tratar de hacer todas las temporadas. Like, yo siento que ellos van a hacer seasonal shows, como tú sabes que ellos tiraron el especial de Star Wars de Halloween. Pues, like, yo estoy pensando, si ellos tienen el programa proyectado el año que viene, el de los lobos, yo digo como que será que ellos van a tener paneles y series como que relacionados a los seasons.
Que tú digas como que cada season, en vez de ser un season de WandaVision, va a ser un spin-off de otra cosa. Pero que within
relacionado-
related de eso.
Exacto.
Como
Sí.
que cuando salga Loki, no va a ser un Loki Season 2. Aunque ya está confirmado, pero que son Loki de la muchacha Loki.
Sylvie.
Por decirlo así.
Ajá.
Sylvie. Ok. Yeah, I can see it, I guess. Es que sí, porque...
Loki, Chronicles of Sylvie.
Ajá, exacto, ese es el spin-off, yeah. I can see it
WandaVision,
happen
it was
porque they're
Agatha
just...
all along.
they're still... Se nota que they're definitely experimenting con la serie. No tanto
Serie.
con las películas-ish, pero they're definitely experimenting con la serie. And they're just looking, evaluating qué funcionó, qué no funcionó, and just throwing... Porque acuérdate, it's about the content. Meaning que they need to fill that schedule en Disney Plus. They need to fill it with stuff. So probablemente lo que tienen hasta ahora, que han sido un poquito más metódicos y un poquito más reguindados de lo que quieren tirar, pues parece que maybe Disney dijo, no, instead of 10, give me 15 shows de Marvel al año. So now they're like, oh God, we're gonna grasp the straws now. What can we get? Vamos a hacer uno del villano de WandaVision. What was the guy's name? Hayward. Just let's make a show about him and his struggles, and let's make a show about Agatha, and let's just make a show about Boner, and let's just make a show.
Sí, exacto.
¿Sabes?
Pero que,
Boner.
like, I don't know, porque tenemos el año que viene Guardians of the Galaxy, el Christmas Special, tenemos lo de los lobos, que es el especial de Halloween, y ahora yo estoy diciendo como que será, o sea, y también tenemos ahora este mismo año Hawkeye, que es como medio navideño. Y es como
Why do
que,
you keep on referring to lo de los lobos? What's that?
like, there's a series next year,
Marvel related?
Yeah, de lobos.
You're talking about the one they casted supposedly the kid from In the Heights?
Yeah, I think so. Déjame ver. Like, yo creo que sí.
Sí, probable.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Pe-
Yeah,
esa-
you say lobos, and in my head I'm like thinking like just regular cute looking wolves. It's a fucking werewolf that can like.
No. Okay, I know. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking like you say lobos, and in my head I'm like, okay, Paw Patrol type looking things.
Exacto. Paw Patrol. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Of course, va a venir Paw Patrol.
It's something with man. It's something with man in it. It's the title of the stuff. It's something with man, and I just can't remember the character or whatever.
Okay.
Man, I don't know.
I don't know.
Man Wolf, Marvel.
Vámonos.
Anyways, but I'm interested in the her spinoff. My whole thing is like, will they reference? It's a spinoff, but is it a technical continuation of WandaVision? Or is it like her own thing before WandaVision? Like that's the only thing I'm interested in.
Exacto. Yo pensé lo mismo que podría ser la full justification of her being there and doing the things that she wanted to do. Porque a nosotros nos dan un la, pero cuando lo vienes a ver, like that's her end game. ¿Qué pasó antes de? O sea, conquistar a Wanda por eso, por decirlo así, o sea, caerle encima a Wanda es como que es her end.
Bueno, if they go the comics route, the character is involved in other storylines.
Pero como aquí, bueno, sí, eso
she's
sí
a glorified babysitter of a certain group.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way as well. So I mean,
pero de
to
nuevo,
not let go of her character makes sense, but we'll see how faithful they become to certain storylines because they basically do whatever the fuck they want.
Ponte a pensarla, es que por alguna razón tú dijiste eso, ¿verdad? Y lo único que yo me acuerdo, que puedo imaginarme, es un final de telenovela donde, pero, o sea, vamos a suponer que she's the babysitter of, you know, the certain couple, y es como que Wanda de momento llega y que es como que, ¿qué hace esta loca aquí?
Exactly, that would make sense. And if she's like, why would you choose her as a babysitter? I gave her horrible reviews. Like, she banished my children. Like,
See?
Beautiful.
To another realm, to another pocket dimension.
So, can we have a lightning round before we say goodbye?
It's up to you guys.
Today. No, it's up to me. God damn it! No, I'm kidding. Today is.
Yeah, it's up to you. You have complete power, bro. Like I want you to feel your own power.
Okay. Remember, what goes around comes around. Today's the series finale, dude. Scenes from a Marriage.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I need it.
Yes. Can we talk
especially
about
after last episode?
I have to sit down and watch it finally.
I have been skipping this series so bad that la última vez que la dije.
You might want to stay away from the last episode.
Oh, bro, en octubre, I'm pretty sure que I'm not gonna see this series, like legit.
Oh my god.
Después le tengo que decir una historia off the show, o sea, off the live, para que se rían de esta.
Okay.
We never.
Tú no tienes que decir muchas cosas off the show.
Yeah.
He's a very private person.
Of course he is.
We never spoke about it. So
yes,
give me your rant. How did you feel? What did this evoke out of you as you watched the drastic different tone in the beginning of this episode than the other ones?
Yo amé esto porque al fin all that was boiling up came to a close, and that was the best part of it. Like todo lo que llevaba bubbling up for 3 whole episodes finally took fruition. Todo el mundo se tiró las cosas como se las tenían que tirar. And the end, the ending was completely justified. Basado en lo que está pasando con los personajes. I loved it because it's the biggest deviation de la original. In the original one, they kind of go like that, but not really. Granted, it was the 70s, so maybe that's why they probably no se atrevían tampoco a tirarse eso que pasa. So the fact that they went there, I do respect and appreciate that they went to that stage, porque it needed to happen, porque es que tú tienes ya este build-up pasando por 3 episodios, especialmente viniendo del personaje masculino, específicamente viniendo del personaje masculino, que I'm glad that happened, and I'm glad because it was de ambas partes, como siempre pasa. It's always un back and forth de los dos personajes.
I wish Nick was here to hear this shit.
But yeah, no, I loved it, and I'm ready. I'm ready for tonight for sure.
Yes. When the episode started, I was like, "Holy shit, this is getting really graphic." A and B, I felt like me and Nick had a debate about this, about how nobody is innocent in this situation.
Sure.
At the end of the day, no matter how much you feel sympathetic for one character, they're both equally as implicit is the word. Maybe they're both as equally guilty of
miscommunication.
Todo
esto es una cuestión de miscommunication a un nivel absurdo. They never talk about what they want to, and even when they're talking about it, they're not talking about it. That's
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
And me and Nick had a debate. I can't speak for Nick because I don't want him to think I'm misinterpreting his words, but we got into kind of a debate on whether it was the right choice he made to engage in that activity in the beginning.
Okay, I feel like yes.
Why do you feel like yes? You don't feel like he basically fucked himself over with that one? Because sometimes when you try to fuck somebody over, literally, you see what I did there? You end up fucking yourself over as well. Like,
I felt like he took it. They both clearly misunderstood. They both clearly approached it in different ways.
I didn't do
Yo
that,
creo que eso
people.
fue. Yo creo que eso fue todo.
Oh shit! No.
So I'll quote this because you know what? I will quote this verbatim. Nick said, Nick, he's not here to defend himself. How wonderful! Nick said he doesn't see anything bad in what the guy did because at the end of the day, he thought that she was gonna go back home to her husband. So when it's done, and pues vete pa tu casa, todo tranquilo.
So kind of like that. Yo siento que era just a release. It was just an ultimate release, final release. Ya sabemos la que hay. We're very conscious of what's happening. Por lo menos, that's how it seems at the beginning of the episode. Pero claro, cuando el episodio sigue abundando, so you're like, oh, this wasn't probably the right approach. But I thought at the beginning the mindset era como que, well, we're just doing it porque we're actually kind of happy we're getting this done with y pa'lante. But then as the episode progressed, y está tirando los trastes, you're like, oh, okay, I understand that this wasn't the best approach.
Oh, exactly. My whole thing was like, bro, number one, like, you should have just kept it in your pants because if you're over here preaching to her in the last episode of how you didn't want to do it, you look like a fucking hypocrite now. You know what I'm saying?
Pero la razón por qué lo hizo ya era diferente. Ya he wasn't, according to him, he wasn't in the same mindset or headspace que él estaba in the last episode, in the last episode. Esa es la cosa también.
But then,
so he didn't want to do it in the third episode. And cuarto empieza doing it. That's it.
Yes,
bro.
Yes.
They start like going at each other,
but hardcore,
like
yes.
hardcore, like an HBO show.
Yes, like a Game of Thrones sex scene, straight up.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and I was like, I had to pause and literally think for a second. I was like, I'm talking a big game about what you should and shouldn't do. But if a woman like Jessica Chastain sat in front of me with her legs in that position, we're swinging for the fences. Consequences, we can talk about that some other time. As of right now, carnal pleasures. That's what it's about. That's but my whole thing with that character is that like
Jessica Chastain and Murph, ¿verdad? O estoy mezclando las actrices.
Yes. Thank you for
grown up Murph.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for kind of fucking that one up in a gross way. Like,
I did my job.
Wow,
grown up. I said grown up.
I know. Jesus Christ, that guy. My whole thing with that character is just that it's like, bro, you did yourself a disservice because if you're gonna put a fucking end to things, you just gotta put an end to things. You banged her, and all you did was like elongate the fucking process, bro. Like you made it worse for yourself. You made it worse for yourself. You knew the horrible history.
Pero él estaba en el headspace para mover
pero Orengo, they have history already. There's no situation with a 5-year marriage or a 12-year or even a 1-year marriage where if you're gonna break up and you have sex, things go handy and dandy. Everybody, there's no way, dude. There's no way. There's There's already an established history there between them, feelings and all this other baggage.
Well, you know what?
Sex complicates.
You know what?
Sex complicates things.
You know what? Screw that. Porque Oscar Isaac se chupó 3 episodios siendo el nene manso, el nene bueno, and you're chastising him for his only mistake. Only mistake.
No. My whole thing is. My whole thing is that I sympathize with you. Because you portrayed yourself, or the portrayal of this character is the sentimental male, or whatever, and you know he's not infallible. We all make mistakes, but if you're gonna sell me this fucking character, then again, you know what? He's human. So you did sell me a human. Pero coño, it was just like, bro, like I was kind of on your side. You sold me the whole sentimental thing, and you fell for the devil's fucking trap at the end of the day.
Pero then as the episode progresses, él demuestra el reasoning as to why he did what he did y cómo él se siente en ese momento. Lo que pasa es que ella ahora es la que pues echó para atrás, ¿me entiendes? The dynamic shifted totalmente en el episodio 3.
Yeah, she regressed while he moved on. Yeah.
Although you could argue que maybe he still has feelings, pero obviamente lo está, pressing that shit down porque ahora en la posición que ella está, all he feels es que tú solo quieres estar conmigo por vulnerabilidad completa. Which, from my perspective, I've seen that shit. I've literally seen that perspective be there.
No, of course.
So, de muchas cosas que yo me puedo identificar con Oscar Isaac, that's been one of the key things. Because I've literally been in that situation where I've been with exes, que pasó un buen tiempo, I have moved on, y vienen con tail between her legs, porque la vida no le está yendo lo más bien,
Exacto,
and she's
yeah.
reminiscing about the good times y toda la mierda. I'm like, see, you can't do this because I know that this is something fleeting. And this is not going to last. You're just here por lo que estás sintiendo, lo cual es bien válido.
Yeah.
Por eso es que,
Yeah, because in the moment, and like many relationships or many, it's not even a female or male thing. And many people, when they break up and they go through hardships, in the moment they regret because they remember all the good things about the relationship, but they don't remember the bad stuff, like what happened at the door in the episode.
Claro,
like,
por eso es que le digo.
I
So,
get that.
De
But
esa parte ya.
That episode, that intercambio with them, I was just like, fuck. The part with the door, I was like,
oh yeah, the part with the
damn
door.
That was fucking rough, dude. I was just like, damn, it didn't really have to reach that point. But again, this shit happens. It's called scenes from a marriage. It's not called scenes from a fairy tale where everything is perfect. You know what I mean? Like you can't condone certain actions, but that shit does happen sometimes when shit gets out of control in other people's relationships. So
it's dirty, but yeah, it's real.
I had a conversation yesterday with my cousin.
Oh, God, that's a loaded question, my boy.
¿Está una relación? Well, it's different for everybody. It's different.
Okay, you know what? I'll take that.
It's a different definition for everybody. Exactly.
Yep.
Well, what fits one person doesn't fit the other. Sometimes you can't be judgmental like that. I had this conversation with my cousin yesterday. And I was trying to sell her on the series. She's like, "Yeah, you guys talk about this series. Like you constantly post about that." I'm like, "Dude, you have no idea." I was like, and what shocks me is the fact that normally this type of series, and I'm probably being sexist, and I apologize, but let's face facts. This type of series and this type of thematica is normally marketed and pushed towards a female demographic. And I feel that everybody I've spoke with this is a fucking male. Everybody I've spoken. Everybody. I feel like no females have even paid attention to this fucking series. And aquí lo que hay son un chorro de hombres despechados. Like,
because that's the perspective you're not used to seeing. You're used to see como que el hombre siendo un hijo de puta, whatever, which válido, because we can't argue with our gender. It happens, and it happens a lot también. Pero nunca se discute ese lado más soft boy, por decirlo así. Relación corresponde a conexión entre los dos. Okay, that's literal definition from the, fair enough. Pero yo creo que sí, yo creo que ver ese aspecto, esa perspectiva del hombre being the soft boy, the one who's actually taking the hardships, like the initial pega de cuerno, and how he deals with it, y la forma de he deals with it, porque encima de eso, de que he could have dealt with it un sinnúmero de forma, pero just keep taking hits on and on and on and on. Eso es algo que you're not used to seeing. And even though he approaches in a logical sense, which a lot of guys try to do, they try to internalize toda la situación que se está explorando un aspecto emocional and trying to re-examine it from an objective lens, que es bien difícil de hacer. But guys tend to do it. I tend to do it. Yeah. Yo trato de buscar la lógica, lo que está pasando en una relación que obviamente es basada en freaking emociones. Pues I tend to not lie. I've seen myself with Oscar Isaac a lot in this show. Por eso es como que
es súper interesante. Like, quisiera hacer un estudio y coger 20,000, pero like un fracatán de gente de diferentes culturas and like see how they react to this show.
That'd be cool.
It would be interesting to see like different cultures and how they react to this show, because like I had conversations with generally, okay, they're Puerto Rican. Let's be fair here. They're Puerto Rican people. And the response I mostly got was, it was varied, but the most thing was like, that's white people shit. Their dynamic is a white relationship because
it's a privilege
in a Latino household, it would have never went that way. Either they would have been way more vocal and dominant with each other. And then I had another perspective, which I'm sorry, that was that person's perspective, said this series would have ended on the second episode with a smack. You wouldn't have had to waited. You wouldn't have had to wait 4 episodes for somebody to physically watch. I was like, fuck, I disagree with that shit. Like, I've been in plenty of relationships where we've done horrible things to each other and not once has
It's a
anybody
smack in the face.
anybody laid hands on each other. That doesn't mean that you sometimes don't want to. Like literally grab this person and shake the shit out of them and be like, "What the fuck is the matter with you?"
Yeah.
But like cross the threshold of actually
Los
putting your
comentarios en este segmento.
Exacto.
no, honestly, crossing the threshold of actually putting your hands on somebody and thinking are two very different things. You know what I'm saying?
Sí,
So
esa es la cosa. I do agree. The show comes from a very privileged lens, porque they talk for a lot of philosophical bullshit. Realmente cosas que you can distill to like, you guys are not. You're literally saying anything but what you're supposed to be saying. So quizás, aunque quizás diluirlo todo, que en el segundo episodio someone would have just smacked each other, would have been the end of it. To be fair, it's at least a more concrete response y algo más tangible que estarse con la pseudo bullshit que se tiraba Oscar Isaac de que no, loca, déjame super analizarte lo que estás diciendo.
No, I
Déjame
laughed.
tratar de
No,
entenderte.
I'm leaving 3 months. I'm leaving you with the child. We'll figure out our marriage when I come back.
Exacto. Like, no, papi.
I was
Mucha
like,
gente would not be reacting como Oscar Isaac, for sure.
My cousin, which nobody knows her, her little response was like, I would have smacked the shit out of him. If my husband said that,
There you
I would
go.
have took my 5 fingers and quickly brushed it across his face. Like,
Por eso. So, I get that.
Ni
yeah,
mucho
I
menos
understand.
ayudarla a hacer la maleta.
Exacto. Exactamente.
no, el comentario de ella fue, yo lo hubiese hecho con la maleta estando fuera de la casa y que él busque la ropa y lo bote para el carajo. Like, the suitcase would have been the first thing I would have helped him with because I would have thrown that shit out the door.
Y como que 3 meses, don't worry, never come back. That's as easy as it
3
comes.
meses, pero quédate allá un año.
Ajá, cada un año. Just, you know what? Dame la llave. You're not gonna need it.
Tú sabes no, you know what? I love different perspectives, and somebody actually told me the fact that she painted it as a affair is what makes her the villain in everybody's eyes. Because if she was, or basically they were talking about sexist thing. Because if a male goes on a 3-month business trip, he's a provider. If a female goes on a 3-month business trip and leaves the kid alone with the dad, she's an abandoner.
Pero that's not what happened, porque ella dio el contexto
That's
de
what
que
I'm
era
saying.
porque...
But that's why I'm saying, but no, but she also said it was business related. But
sure, pero
she threw it in his face that she's also having an affair. That's what I'm saying.
Exacto,
the person told me the fact that the only thing that makes her a villain is the fact that she said she had an affair.
But that's it. That's enough.
I know, but she says also the way they write it is that, you know, she's abandoning her family. But she's not abandoning her family. The fact that she's having an affair is what makes it bad.
Exactly.
That's what they're saying. That people think that she's abandoning her family. And in reality, if it were a male to do it, she's not really abandoning the family.
A man or a woman?
This is a female. This is
that's all you need to say.
This was a very feminist female.
Thank you. Por eso mismo. Otra persona que no entendemos lo que estaba diciendo.
Nah,
sí, porque yo vi el original and I saw it when it was flipped y el problema no era que él se iba por 3 meses, era porque le dijo en la cara, loca, yo no quiero saber de ti, tú literalmente me da asco estar al lado tuyo, I'm leaving you because I met somebody else. Así es como se lo jaspa. So at least Jessica Chastain had, por lo menos lo dijo de una forma más suavecita, at the very least. Pero era todo por el affair. It all boils down to the affair. Yo no sé dónde ella está sacando esta cosa arbitraria de que, oh, you know, como ella se va, pues she seems like a person that's abandoning her family. Como que no, she prefaced this by saying, te estoy pegando cuernos. So, todo está anulado ya beyond that. Se puede ir 5 años, 3 días, era porque le está pegando cuernos. That's why she's evil. That's why she's the villain. Por favor, yo no sé cómo alguien puede sacar esa estúpida perspectiva. That's freaking ridiculous. Especialmente cuando hay un gender shift y ella irse de viaje probablemente es bien común en esa relación. And I'm pretty sure she's probably gone, ¿verdad? Thinking of the lore antes de que el show exista. Like, let's say in year 5 of their relationship, she's probably left for 3 months a estar en Europa por el trabajo de ella. That's probably been commonplace for him. Él ya se nota que está acostumbrado a tener que estar solo en la casa cuidando a la hija. Porque he structured his job para que tenga esa flexibilidad. So this is something that's common porque she's the freaking provider. It comes down to being the provider, que probablemente tiene que hacer más esfuerzo por su trabajo, por ende tiene que hacer estos long trips. En ningún momento the show ever addressed que she's being evil y abandonando a su hija por eso, sino la está abandonando because she's having a freaking affair.
No.
That's the problem here. So that's why her perspective is shit and it's not valid. Because she's literally only seeing it porque ha visto otras películas y como el hombre que cuando se va está chilling, es okay, Jessica Chastain being villainized, and I guess she literally missed the part donde dice la affair, pues se fue en ese viaje. Because that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't.
Random question real quick to end this topic. The scenes where it builds up, basically, it goes from Jessica Chastain or Oscar Isaac living, being just themselves to the shifting of it being a scene. Are the way it ends, are they going to do the opposite? Like, are they going to, after it's done, they're basically going to be like, okay, now cut. And is that like a metaphor for everything that happens in the show? Don't apply to your life. Just leave it here or whatever.
Mira, I've spoiled myself porque hay un artículo del director explicándolo. I don't know if you want the actor's actual opinions de esto.
On opinions on why he uses that whole.
Yes.
It's not gonna have anything to do with the last episode.
No.
Okay, yeah.
In general. Okay.
Explain it to me.
Es una combinación de COVID. Él quería ver cómo se enseñaba how do you do a COVID production. La segundo aspecto que era because he views it as literally as the name implies. It's scenes from a marriage. Yeah. So the implication is that these are people acting scenes and moments of a marriage that could apply to your life, but they're not. There's still this element of como que desconexión, and it's purposeful, which I fucking hate que le haya dicho eso, porque now people can just view it como si fuera, pues, it doesn't matter, it's technically meaningless because it's just more como que actors acting, lo cual it kind of diminishes un poquito for me todo lo que está pasando. Pero I don't like that perspective.
Yo lo tomé más como que sí, esta historia tiene una narrativa, pero literalmente cada episodio can be a standalone thing of like this shit can happen. Sure. And that's what I understood. That's what I took it as. Like, yes, this does have a link between all these episodes, but you can literally take each one of these episodes and they could be their own story without having the thread.
Technically that's it, pero también está la implication de que it's more disconnected. Simplemente son scenes, existen como que as scenes, pero ¿me entiendes? Como que no es una narrativa que fluye, sino que está un poquito disjointed as a result. It's more people pretending to do this part as opposed to actual people living this life. Wow. That's how he kind of sets it up y lo dice en el interview. And it kind of pissed me off un poco, porque then it kind of diminishes un poquito el impacto que tiene la serie as a whole. So in my head canon, I'm dismissing his stupid meaning because he's clearly
that's
an idiot.
What you might have thought, even though you created the series. But exactly. I know the reality I live in.
Yes. Pero yeah. By the way, el último comentario. ¿De qué? So red light or green light? No reference.
Number 247 eliminated.
Exacto, number 247 eliminated.
Me pasa fue bien funny porque yo vi el primer episodio 2 veces en 2 idiomas diferentes y de repente dijiste luz verde, luz roja y como que mi cerebro glitchó porque dijo la frase en chino. I'm like, what word do I answer? Like I did that sa in my mind, like the line completely. I was confused y no sabía si me estabas hablando de eso.
Si me gustó, el mismo jacket.
Sí.
Loco, igual.
That was totally a reference.
Yes. I know it was, but it's
totally intentional.
No tiene que ver con que tengo frío. No.
Exactly.
No.
Pero
frío en Puerto Rico doesn't exist.
Tú sabes que esa serie me preocupó como que visualmente en el sentido de si mis ojos están bien, porque estaba teniendo esta pelea que estaban diciendo que los jackets de ellos, no de los players, de los guardias, son el mismo color pattern de la Casa de Papel, y de repente yo digo, los de la Casa de Papel son rojos, estos son rositas, y me dicen,
pero tiene que ver si el lado tuyo del cerebro creativo es dominante
pero porque I know that you think that green and pink fluid like in the brain.
Let me do this test on you. If I show you a picture of these sneakers,
exacto,
what color do you see?
No, pero like it was funny porque like de verdad yo estuve toda la serie como que con el cerebro dañado. Yo como que that's Rosita y me decían que eso es rojo. Y yo, pero eso es Rosita, lo que ellos tienen, los jumpers son Rosita. Y me decían, dude,
Bro.
eso es rojo.
Wasting your fucking time. All you had to do was go to the settings on the fucking TV, fuck with the hue, and be like, prove me wrong now.
Exactamente.
No puedo decir en línea lo que iba a decir, se lo digo. Ok, pero yeah, I like the series, me gustó.
People, for the comments you don't get here, you can support us on Patreon and get access to the behind the scenes footage.
Exactly.
I have fully uncensored fully unfiltered Deca.
The After Club special ahí es como que nosotros.
The late night after club.
That would be beautiful. Sería hermoso. Yeah, people. De hecho, fue un milagro que yo estuviera este episodio con ustedes. Quiero que sepan eso. Como que, like, the universe me dio estas horas libres para estar con ustedes. And legitly las quiero utilizar con ustedes porque si hago otra cosa, we'll go crazy.
Agradecemos.
I needed this episode in my life. Al principio, like, de hecho, no estaba de mal humor ni nada al principio, era que sencillamente estaba bien cansado. Like, legitly, al principio del episodio, you were seeing me, like, drinking. Esto no es ni de Wendy's, mi gente. Es como que
plug for Wendy's. Nice. I'm glad we're stopping you from stacking bodies in the basement or anything like that. So, like, yeah,
you save a lot of people this day, people. you have no idea. Yo tenía un high body count más alto que el de Squid Game. Like, legitly, y ustedes pararon eso. Yeah. I'm kidding, people. I'm not a murderer. Yet.
Define murder.
What is murder?
Exactly.
Un párrafo completo ahí. Pero nada, llegamos al fin, ¿verdad? Este es el fin del episodio.
I believe you might have skipped a topic or two. I don't know, but
déjame
ver. It's too late for that now, so you can find it here on Next Week in Richport. You can find it.
Exacto, mi gente. Si brinqué un tema, my bad. No,
it'll roll over. It's fine.
Anyway, Orengo, tell me where you can find yourself.
Pues me puedo seguir aquí en Cine Nerds y en After School Club. También puedo seguir en The Movie Guy, o martes y jueves. También puedo seguir en Cine Más. El próximo episodio creo que va a ser el 15 de octubre. Entonces, confirmarlo. Si no es el 15 de octubre, va a ser el 6 de octubre, for sure. Vamos a hablar de Halloween Kills. Nice. Que pues va a ser el cine, y para la gente que esté vaga va a salir en Peacock, y para la gente que esté extra vaga va a salir on the 17th. So you'll be able to find it somewhere. Nice. So va a estar ready para la discusión entonces ese día. Además de eso, me puedo conseguir también Cardboard Cave con John, y también me puedo conseguir en Subtitles Required with John. Pero beyond that, you can just Google my name because I make movies.
A mí no me puedes encontrar en ningún lado hasta que se acabe octubre, mi gente.
En el Luzca Film Festival, plug the stupid festival.
Sí. Mira, mi gente, me pueden encontrar en Luzca. Me pueden encontrar la última semana del mes, donde van a ver muchas películas internacionales y también nacionales. Vamos a tener muchos cortos, vamos a tener muchos largometrajes, vamos a tener las exhibiciones de varias películas anime. Vamos a tener, que ahí me pueden ver, ahí pueden discutir conmigo, puedes tener duelo conmigo, Oscar. Vamos a estar haciendo el evento de Harry Potter, celebrando los 15 años de Harry Potter, donde se va a estar dando unas tandas en especial, que va a tener las dos películas, parte 1 y parte 2. Y en el intermission, pues pueden participar, pues para, ¿verdad? Ganarse un premio que les va a volar la cabeza cuando descubran lo que es. No lo puedo decir live. I don't know if I have the permission. So por eso I'm skipping the prize. Pero me pueden encontrar ahí, mi gente. Y después de eso, pues me pueden encontrar aquí en The After School Club normal el mes que viene.
Well, you can find me here next week in Richport on the After School Club and Wednesdays on Extra Credits. So it's been fun, guys. Like always. Take it away, Deke.
Yeah, Deke.
Boy, déjame un segundo. Déjame ver cuál es el que...
It's the red button.
Ya, pero déjame ver si lo puedo hacer bien.
Right.
Así que...
Pleasant weather we're having.
Así nos vemos, mi gente. Se cuidan.